Ahoy, mateys, and welcome to Devil in the Deep Blue Sea. We are Dork Tales visiting these Isles of Occultus. Anonymous occultists, no less. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome to Onyx Path Con. I am your storyteller for the day, Kelly, visiting from Dork Tales over here on Occultus Anonymous. Thank you so much for letting us do this, OA. It is fantastic. I love what you've done with the place. We spruced it up and we flooded it, though. I'm sorry. Yarr! Alright, so, just to give a little bit of background, so, this is Onyx Path Con, so if you're looking for Occultus Anonymous, I think they're overrunning something, maybe on my channel right now, twitch.tv/dorktales, but if you like what we do here, follow them over there, give us a follow over there, and if you're following us here, give Occultus Anonymous a follow. They do a lot of Mage the Awakening and some Mage the Ascension when they're not complaining about Mage the Ascension over Mage the Awakening. But you give them a follow here. They're really, really cool people, and they run great games on the Onyx Path and on this channel as well. So besides that, a little bit about this game. This is coming from the Dark Eras 2 book, which is a new... I know, right? It's so thick.
Actually, I'm really liking this book.
It's really cool. Do you have Dark Eras 1? Because it's like an extra 100 pages at least. It's neat. You should run some stuff out of this on my channel, Millie.
Maybe I will.
So, some things about this game. So Dark Eras is set in the dark past of the Chronicles of Darkness world. It covers all sorts of eras, and today we are doing one called Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, which takes place in the 1700s. I believe 1717 is the exact date. Now, this module, this era is designed, as all of the ones in the book are, for 1 to 2 supernatural archetypes. We are using neither of them today because they wanted Geist or Mage, and getting a one-shot Mage game is not always easy to get running. So instead, we are defaulting to my favorite, which is Mortals/Hunters. So, with that in mind, there are a couple of rules variations that I want you all to be aware of as we go in, and for those of you who are watching, that way you are not confused when I say things. We are using the risking willpower mechanic. You will all have no tactics because you haven't worked together before. Not a big deal. You also will have no endowments because you are going to be considered a low-tier hunter group, being that this is probably your first real encounter with the supernatural. Maybe. Who knows what will happen. Also, anything that would award you a beat in-game is instead going to award you a point of willpower back. So we have no purpose for beats because it's a one-shot. You're not going to get XP. I'm hopefully going to kill you all. So, with that in mind, whenever something would normally generate a beat, please remind me and say, hey, do I get a willpower for that? And I'll be like, bing, you probably do. Besides that, we're using 10-sided...
And for that, for the willpower, we're not gaining above our maximum, though, right?
We did yesterday.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to encourage you to spend all your willpower.
Okay.
So please...
Or just have it around for a scene, maybe?
Nah, that's too much
probably
bookkeeping.
only gonna be a scene.
It's too much bookkeeping. I appreciate the idea. If
That's why I just wanted to confirm, since we're putting it in place of beats.
Yeah, no, it won't take you over. So spend often and spend liberally. All right, so as we are going into this game, I'm your storyteller, Kelly. I use he and him pronouns, and today I also did want to say that this game is based on history. It will not be historically accurate, because I don't want it to be. Also, ghost pirates, probably not historically accurate. With that in mind, I did want to do a quick disclaimer that there are a number of problematic elements in all of history. Particularly involving the Caribbean and the colonialization of this area. We are going to try to avoid those topics for the most part, not to ignore that they existed, but simply because it's not the type of story that I want to tell today on someone else's channel. If you want stories that are a little more politically charged, come over to Dork Tales. I'm more comfortable running them on my own channel. But here we're guests, so it's going to be a little more like Pirates of the Caribbean rather than like Pirates of the, Haitian Revolution.
Real Caribbean.
Yeah.
Hang on, now I have a concept for a game now.
Pirates of the... Oh my god, I have so many Haitian Revolution memes that I should send you. You wouldn't think those would be a thing, but they really are. And then last but not least, let's all mute our phones if we haven't already. And
already did it.
Oh, you're so ahead of the curve. And cheers with my invisible cup of grog.
I mean, not that far ahead of the curve, because I only just finished breakfast right before we went live.
Hey, you know what? It's early for
prioritized
us.
putting makeup and wigs on.
Same.
It's early for us. And
Over-
I'm
I
happy
had
to
2
be here.
baby bells.
I had yogurt.
Hell yeah.
So with that, I'm going to pass it around. We're going to do a big circle. And what I'd like you to do at this point is say who you are, where they can find you, your pronouns, and a tiny bit about your character. We'll save physical descriptions for when we're in the boat. And let's just go around with Krystyn. You start.
Hello, I'm Krystyn. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Hanna Armstrong today. I can be found over at Dork Tales. I play on a lot of the games, and I also can be found on my own channel, Lady Liliana, where I play stuff like Guild Wars. Hanna is going to be the ship's medic surgeon person. James.
All right. Hello there. I'm James. I use he, him pronouns. I can be found over as Otheon on Twitch. I just do occasional streaming, but mostly you find me on Dork Tales, doing Dork Tales stuff. And today I am playing Cedric Castor, the quartermaster of wherever we ending up. Yeah, I think that pretty much completes it for me.
Fantastic. Let's jump down to Millie.
Oh, I'm sorry, down. So I was like, what? Huh?
Down to Millie.
Hi, I'm Millie. I'm very, very awake and coherent right now. I'm Millie. My pronouns are they and them, or she and her. I guess I'm a VR tuber streamer at twitch.tv/bunnyhearted, violating my sacred oath never to show my face, so don't tell anyone.
Is a
And
cute
today
snoot.
I'm playing. I mean, it is a pretty good snoot. And also, I do want to say, Krystyn, that you do look really cute in that wig. It's really nice. So good. It's adorable.
Feels so cute.
Today
I put
I'm
the
playing
bandana on
Alice
and was just like, oh.
Nisbet. I couldn't find my bandana, or we would be bandana squad.
I went to the
We
dollar
almost
store and bought
100%.
many bandanas.
But at least there's someone here who I'm excited to meet in character shortly, who's matching me in the non-bandana life. But rhyming with that, I'm playing Alice Nisbet, the broken wife of a dead sailor boy killed by pirates, who is doing her best to become a ghost story that pirates tell each other on a dark and stormy night. She's gonna kill them all.
Ooh, perfect. It's like Pokemon in reverse, but with pirates. All right, let's head over to Christa.
Hey guys, I'm Christa. I use she, her, and they, them pronouns. You can find me on TikTok and in the chat as ChahistafX. You can find me through Lasercomb Productions with my podcast Based On, where we talk about movies based on books and books that they're based on. Or you can find me over at Dork Tales, where I play all sorts of fun games with all these amazing dorks.
It's true. And finally, returning from her stint in America, hi, Krystyn.
Hello, back on the West Coast, yeah. So hi, my name's Krystyn. I use she, her pronouns, and I am going to be playing Agnes Wilkes. She goes by her middle name of Lucy. And yeah, you can find me very occasionally streaming on my own channel, twitch.tv/klixstream. That's likely going to change. And I occasionally drop in here on Dork Tales when I'm not too busy. And I should have more free time now that I'm done my thesis.
Congratulations on being done with that monster. Welcome to becoming a master like me.
Master of Science!
Master of Science, Master of History. I know. Together we can do science history. Science history is actually really interesting, and I hope
is.
I hope look up. I'll send you some stuff later on spirit photography. I think you'd really like. But before that's in, can you pop your link in the chat, because I don't know how to spell it.
That's okay, and I want to go through some rebranding when...
Yeah, well, if they follow you, you'll still be
Yeah.
followed. So please do me a favor. Follow Dork Tales if you can.
Nightbot timed me out,
Oh, did they?
and they deleted my message.
Oh, okay. It's because you're not a mod. Send it to me. Send it to me over Twitch in a whisper, and I'll post it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Haha.
Actually, you know what?
I mean, I
just-
suppose you could copy paste it.
I'm literally doing that right now.
There we
There
go.
we go. There we go. I forgot that they have a link blocker set up here, which is probably the smart thing to do. Okay, so without further ado, we are going into a pirate-based game right now, but we are not actually playing pirates. You are playing a hastily assembled crew of a pardon one second.
while the team at turn 10 is hard.
Go. I'm just popping Krista's link in the chat. There we go. Boop. All right. So now we get that up. You were playing a group that were assembled for what should be a short mission. A local pirate out of Nassau, where you are all presently moored, named Silver Eye Swale. Silver Eye is an old pirate, approaching his 60th year, who in fact has a silvered eye, replacing whatever used to be there before. You've heard a number of stories. Cutlasses, cannon fire, the exploding mast of a ship took out his left eye, leaving a horrible scarred mess of that part of his face, replacing it with an orb of pure silver that rolls around as he talks. He was, as far as you understand, the last survivor of a ship that's name has been forgotten to time. A bit of a laughingstock around Nassau's pub, the Crimson Cutlass. You were surprised when he came to you with bags full of coin. He asked you if you would accompany him on an urgent mission. He needed to fill out a crew for a schooner he had acquired, known as the Loyal Jewel. For he had a vendetta with a man known as Craven Crane. Craven Crane is a notorious pirate captain that you may or may not have heard of, although you had assumed he died some time ago. He had not been heard of in Nassau, and, well, any of you below the age of 25 might not have heard of him at all. But Craven Crane had recently been caught by the East Indies Corporation and was being transported up to Florida for sentencing and execution. It is Silver Eye's goal to intercept that boat and acquire Crane with a writ of acquisition from a trading company that, can I get an intelligence and, I'm gonna say politics roll off of anybody.
All right.
Not even gonna try.
No. Does my specialty of unbiased count?
No, not on this one.
I think so.
I took science instead of politics.
That's fair.
What is
Yeah,
this?
no, nothing good for me.
I've got 2.
Holy crap. Okay, so he has a writ from another trading company called the Akron Shipping and Trading Company.
Like Akron, Ohio?
No, like the river Styx, Akron.
Oh, okay.
No, not the Akron Shipping and... Yeah, this welcome. This is Pirate the Office. No! God, no! Okay, so it is... James, with 2 successes, your character would know that this is another shipping and trading company running out of the Florida colony as well. Off of Spanish Florida. It is a hodgepodge. It was founded by Spanish colonists and is now comprises a hodgepodge of various native tribes and African Americans who will. That's later in the century. And is quite well known for resisting a pirate group called the Flying Gang. Which is a fairly potent pirate gang in Nassau. How he managed to get this writ, which basically just allows him to claim a prisoner, basically is, hey, we're calling in a favor to this other trading company. He belongs to us. So they forfeit the bounty and transfer him over. He's managed to acquire you. Your schooner also has an additional crewmate in it, just a general everyman named Wentworth Peyton. Wentworth is a well-known pirate, quite portly, pirate, I should say, a well-known sailor, quite portly, shaved bald with a number of scars down the back of his head, but is generally a fairly gregarious man, quick to buy the first round and quick to drink the sixth.
Oh, I'm sure we get along great.
Old buddies.
If you need shorthand, he's Jean from the Loch Lamora books.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I like Jean. Jean. You know what? We'll talk about that later. All right.
It's
and
written.
it's written as Jean. Gian. And with that, we sailed out of Nassau with a scant crew and comfortable, if meager, provisions. Miles of heat stroke and half-diluted rum awaited us, but the promise of plunder and share of whatever this Crane may have acquired, as well as the portion of his bounty that we were promised, was more than enough to compensate for hardtack and bad grog and the sourness that it brings to the stomach. The ocean waves pitched on this schooner. Your crew is meager, just enough to manage to cover it, though. A schooner generally requires between 6 and 8 people. You have a lucky number about you. 7 souls working the deck as you sail across the sea, a red sky in the distance. What is it they say? Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky at morning, sailor's warning. But what of the red sky at noon? For the sun blisters overhead, only to be swallowed by reddish clouds of rust. The captain stands at the wheel, eyeing out over the horizon. He is a strange-looking man. Skinny. Skinny to a point of looking hungry and making you hungry for looking at him. His face is scarred around the eye, but you can see at one point he was not an unhandsome man. A bit gangly, perhaps. His hair falls around his face in unkempt locks of brown and silver streaks, particularly one streak that falls directly in front of that ruined eye that he has a habit of brushing aside, as if annoyed by it blocking the sight of that prosthetic. Perhaps it's just a tick, something from prior to losing it, but the more time you spend around him, those of you with eye for the strange, James, what was the one you had?
Unseen sense.
And did you pick what your unseen sense was tagged to?
I did not. I'm not even sure he knows.
Okay. You will all get a weird sense about it. When that eye rolls around in its socket, you feel like it watches you. He wears a very bare, very threadbare, particularly at the elbows, captain's jacket. Sweats profusely and mutters under his breath constantly. Occasionally raising his voice to bark. Correct, 3 to the left! Come on! I'm on it! I'm on it! Wentworth says, agilely climbing up the rig. Climbing up the mast to re-rig the sails. Hey! Kid! Kid! Lucy!
Here. Yes,
Tie
sir.
the jib off!
Absolutely.
Now, describe yourself. Now, the man above you, Wentworth, is a portly, shirtless man whose skin has been tanned to the color of red leather. Covered in scars, dripping with sweat. He's surprisingly agile in spite his bulk and prefers to move around the rigging and up the mast barefoot. Honestly, you once saw a coconut tree climber. It is very similar, the thickness of those feet and the way that he climbs, almost like a monkey up the side. It's weird watching a man that big move that agilely. Describe yourself.
So Lucy is young, probably 14 or 15, and she is the daughter of a maid who works for a family in Nassau, and completely lied her way onto this boat. She has no skills whatsoever in terms of combat or actually fighting pirates, but says she has, and was able to convince, I forget his name already.
So
the guy.
you call him Silver Eye if you want.
She was able to convince Silver Eye to let her on this boat, but she has like no sailing experience, no anything experience. So she's gonna pretend to go do whatever he said.
Not that, the other one. Tie it to the look. You're good. That one.
Sure.
The one with the rag. As you are trying to do this, who's going to step in and try to make sure that Lucy ties it off correctly?
That'll probably be Castor.
Okay, Castor, describe yourself.
All right, so Castor is this man who was, he's probably in his early to late 40s. It's a little hard to tell. A bit on the kind of more portly side, but was once had, kind of had the echoes of that kind of more muscular build. Looks somewhat scraggly, but just like a bit of patchwork beard, lots of little scars himself, very weathered face. But kind of has this kind of echo of old strength about him. He'll just kind of probably be like picking himself up from where he was sitting going through some work with a book, and like set it off to the side and kind of like come on over and basically almost like kind of grab.
I forgot to say, physically Lucy is quite short and tiny, very scrawny, underfed, and is wearing what she could find among the village. So some tattered pants, tattered shirt, barefoot.
The captain
he'll probably
brought an urchin on board.
Yeah, an urchin, yeah.
So Cedric will probably like grab her by the back of her ragged shirt and like kind of drag her a couple of ways down and be like, "No, that's the one, girl. That's the one. You gotta watch," and he'll walk her through the tying it off, and make sure that he'll undo it and make her do it herself.
Nice.
Oh, he's a good teacher.
All right, and who is watching this nearby?
Could be Alice.
Alice? What is Alice doing right now? Describe Alice.
Oh, she's staring into the distance, not paying that much attention, but she probably can't help notice the incompetent tiny child on board, who's probably going to be murdered and eaten by pirates. I'm sure they'll be fine. Alice is dressed completely inappropriately for being on a ship, and honestly for the weather. She's wearing like an actual corset over her shirt, and on side of that she has 4 flintlock pistols that she probably doesn't need right now, but just in case she has them.
Perfect.
Sword at her hip, and she looks calloused. It's like someone who spent a little bit too much time in the sun, doesn't really pay much attention to makeup. Striking looks, but not quite pretty, more just memorable about it.
Perhaps she's looking in a locket?
Yes. Right here.
All right. Passing nearby is either the cook or the surgeon.
Yeah, I can be. I'll be taken.
Please.
We've just left port.
You left port yesterday, so you're about a day into the voyage. It's expected to take about a week, and for the amount of coin, you're getting paid 2 months' salary for a week's worth.
So Berthe Ozanne. She is very tall and very muscular and has been a farmhand for a long time. She caught a ship at 14 on a boat from France and came over to the Bahamas to try to find land for her family. That did not fare well, and so now she got word that her family is going up to La Louisiane, and so she wants to make it up there. Being just over 6 foot and very well built, she is often mistaken for a man in this day and age, and she does not correct people because it's gonna get her further nowadays. But she comes up onto the deck and grabs a big barrel of whatever's up there to bring down to the kitchen, and sees all this and sort of rolls her eyes and puts a giant barrel of something and heads back down under deck.
Sounds fantastic. And then moving up under the deck as you do so, you are going to pass the surgeon. Surgeon, please describe yourself to the audience.
So Hanna is relatively short. I'm thinking like 5'2", sort of short. Fairly slender and very obviously feminine, with this absolute mass of reddish-brown curls that she has, kind of tied back out of her way. I think otherwise, like, she's surprisingly, like, pale and, like, cute, probably from being under, like, the deck all the time or indoors looking after people. She's not been out in the sun as much. But she looks surprisingly, like, sweet to be on a ship dealing with a bunch of very rough people. And she has a little knife off one side, and she probably also has like a little case attached to her belt that has any of her finer type knives. But she's been busy setting up her space with various saws and bandages and whatnot.
Sounds good. As you come back outside and take a look around, you are going to hear the captain call out. Mr. Castor!
Yes, Captain.
Be these readings right?
And Castor will make his way up to where the captain is and take a look over.
This compass likely doesn't work as well as I wish it did. Take a look. He'll toss it to you.
And Castor will give it a look over. And,
sure. What I want you to do is give me an intelligence and survival roll.
Ooh. Intelligence and survival. What's the difficulty again?
Difficulty is always 8.
That's right. Sorry, just mixing systems.
I'll give you
1.
penalties if it's less. How many?
Yeah, just 1.
Just 1? Yeah, it seems like it's... Looking down at this compass, the needle is pulling kind of in a wide semicircle. Busted, right?
Yeah, Captain, it's...
You don't have magnetic teeth,
shouldn't
right?
turn like this, huh? No, I know about the metal pull. Ain't seen nothing like this before.
I have, and unless you've got one, we're gonna have to navigate by the sky. Which, with the sun being like that, it's going to be a best case.
Well, we'll sort it out at nights. The stars themselves will see us through.
It's time for meals. Wentworth! You have the wheel. And with that, you'll descend under deck for a bit of a meal. Wentworth drew the short straw and is sitting out this first afternoon. What is the cook prepared?
Ooh, what's good ship? Some kind of gruel, probably.
Crumbled up hardtack soaked in water and
Salted pork.
Hardtack usually was also dipped in grog in order to make it palatable, and there is plenty of grog on this ship. Grog being incredibly watered down rum, which, unlike any of you who have served on pirate vessels before or naval vessels, though, you will know that there were 2 things about this. One, this is not a pirate operation. There is no pirate contract among each of you. Pirates normally did have a manifest or a constitution that each ship had that had provisions like no sullying the virtue of maidens was one of them that a lot of people are surprised by. You don't do it. you just don't. Not if you're a good pirate. Because pirates are actually, like, pretty cool people, as it turns out, and they've been villainized.
Quite democratic a lot of the time, yeah.
Right? Also, they had super fair shares. Like, the captain didn't get that much more than everybody else compared to, like, you know,
Yeah.
Well,
a
and
modern
honestly, if you were
Just got
super
commanded in
villainous, that just encourages everybody to rise against you.
Yep. Also, you don't
So
kill everybody you
just
plunder.
You keep it low. Like,
Reputation was important too, right? Like if you could intimidate people, then they just give up before they even fought. And you're like,
well,
cool.
Yeah, and it's like Bonnie and Clyde, right? Like, if you're not going to shoot normal people, they're more happy to work with you. Oh, you're just going to take the bank's money. Here you go. You know,
I look forward to the day that Alice figures out pirates aren't the real villain, but that is not this day.
Yeah, capitalism is
Today
the
is not
real
this
villain,
day.
right?
She's after them because she's trying to pay off the bank.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So literally, yes. Congratulations for bringing your stuff in this again. That's great. As you are underneath, you make your grog. Oh, pardon me. The other thing is that there is no enforced rum ration. Normally on ships, pirates and sailors in general would be forced to drink at least a cup of rum every night because it knocked you out, which made mutiny much more difficult. Among other things, but that's the easy one. Heading under ship, you will feel it sway to and fro, the groaning of the timbers that make up the Loyal Jewel, protesting the pull of the wind. You serve up the meal, and each of you sit around the table. The captain eating drearily, looking almost like a teenager wearing his father's clothing. He's shrank so much since he once wore these duds. What are you talking about? What are you doing?
Castor would probably be complimenting Berthe on her food. I have no idea how. This is a pretty good tack. Where'd you pull this from?
Well, the trick is you have to soak it for a while so that you can actually chew it. In Europe there are many kind of breads and cookies that you soak in other liquids, and it makes it all the better. So that you don't have to. It's not as hard tack.
Cedric a little confused, just kind of nod a little bit and be like, I've been sailing for 20 odd years. I know hardtack, but what did you
I'd
soak it
say Lucy is talking to Hanna, making up some ridiculous story about comparing the tack to other food she's had while on ships and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right.
I want you to do me a favor and make me a presence or manipulation plus subterfuge roll.
Okay.
And I am just outlining this. Is it Berthe?
It is Berthe,
Berthe.
but
okay.
everyone calls her Bert.
So Berthe, are you just kind of like puttering around and stuff, or are you sitting down to eat as well?
No, she's probably like kind of put everything out and then will like, take a sort of lean against the counters in the sort of kitchen area before she starts cleaning.
Okay, and I'll say that the seating arrangement is the captain is at one of the heads of the table. Castor is on his left. Alice is on his right, and then down that side of the table it is Hanna and then Lucy, with Berthe kind of fulfilling the other side of the table and just kind of loading it up away from like the little meager kitchen under here.
One success.
One success. With one success, she's getting some of the names right, actually, Hanna. It's enough that unless you care to, you'll probably be like, all right.
Hannah's gonna be nice. Like, she's a fairly generous person, so she's going to just kind of play along and chat with her, get to know her a bit, or at least get to know how she's trying to present herself. Which I think she's identified pretty clearly that she's lying out. But that tells her a lot about what sort of person she is and how she might react.
Fair.
So no point starting with acrimonious accusations.
Or fighting or any of that.
But otherwise, Hannah's going to compliment that regarding the food and just start to get to know these people a bit.
Merci, merci.
I think Alice is going to be complaining that more pirates aren't like Cedric. Because you're smart. You took the pardon. You did the right thing.
Well, most of us took the pardon. The pirates these days are a whole nother generation, whole nother breed.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day.
Glad to have you here with me on the side of justice.
Yes. Side of justice. Although, Alice, I'm going to be most honest with you. It's mostly for the coin. I need some proper drinking money.
Can be just, maybe.
And accommodations.
She cheers you a little bit to drunk.
Oh. Dink. Anyway.
How do you think I can hold my liquor there, Kelly?
If you are, so what I want you to do, make me a stamina plus resolve roll. For you, yeah. Everybody else probably is sensible.
1.
Okay, so you're gonna be probably you'll be a little buzzed. If you try to drink too much, you're gonna be 3 sheets pretty quick. But right now, you're just kind of riding it a bit, and you're probably a little more. You're the high school kid crashing the college party.
Yeah.
Cedric might drink a little overly heavily too.
Yeah, but you've got defenses. Oh, you've been dry for a while.
Well, I haven't any money.
Oh, fair. All right, so you continue to talk and speak a bit about yourselves. You'll learn a couple of details. What's some details, like some quick ones that people are willing to share? Or questions that you want to ask of people?
Alice has phenomenal recipes for potato salads.
Oh, yes, potato. Yeah. Berthe will, once done cleaning, we'll sit down at the table across from Alice and discuss recipes.
Well, the key is the spices and the mayonnaise.
Ah. I very seldom get actual fresh things like that, so I say it's usually stale bread and tomatoes.
So do I, but you have to be prepared when you do.
Very true, very true. How do you have you done much with fish being here?
I mean, salt them.
Ah, yes. The jerky. Is that what you call it? Jerky. It's quite good. It's got a good chew on it.
I met a sailor down in port who had a fantastic recipe for spiced fish. Something that's being cooked up in
Wait, is this the one with gunpowder in it?
Yes.
Who puts gunpowder in their fish?
No, you don't want to try that one. You'll be shitting
That
on
does
the
sound
head.
disgusting, honestly.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be
one-
spicy and very good. He
They pass it around
attested
as a
to
joke.
this.
I wonder if by
I want to
gunpowder
try
they're
it.
being euphemistic for pepper.
Well, I think that was the trick, right? A bunch of them would claim it, and they'd put a little gunpowder on, even light it up some, so it goes just up a foof. But then they'd spice it up with I can't remember the name of it.
Well,
Berthe probably knows. But
I suppose if you cooked it that way, you would cook the outside edge. That would be better. Not that I've had it much, but on the beef, you can eat it a little bit more raw. Fish, you don't want. I've heard some people do that, but it's not for me.
Last time I had beef. That's been a while. But hey, we're going to Florida. There'll be cattle there. We can actually have some.
Ooh.
Oh, we can have alligator. There's another guy in port who had a fantastic story about alligators.
I've heard my family last I heard is going to La Louisiane, and they've apparently have many gators up there.
They do. Enough you can run across small rivers on their backs if you're quick enough.
Why would you not use a bridge?
Sometimes the gators are closer.
Risk versus reward, I believe, is what they say.
high risk, low reward.
But fun, I suppose, for some.
Same as what we're
Always
doing
a
here,
few.
isn't it?
There too.
So, Hanna, how long have you been doing surgeon's work?
Oh, a few years.
Well, serve with anyone I might know?
I mean, potentially. I've mainly been based on land.
Oh.
But I have been on a few ships. I've taken a few limbs in my day. She's only about 24, so she looks really young.
Well, it's almost an old maid in this era.
Yeah, that's true. That's old here. But, she is very skilled. If anything, you probably have maybe heard of her. Of being somebody who can, if anybody will save it, sort of thing.
Now, really quickly, Berthe, the pot of gruel is still on the table, right, for serving out to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. And it's probably still pretty full, because there's, quite a lot to eat here and a lot of...
Wentworth is up
Yes.
on deck, right? Okay. She would probably, not understanding how ships necessarily work, would probably bring some up to him.
Sounds good. As you do so, you'll bring it up, and he's standing there, basically just in his bottoms, staring out at the horizon. And as you step outside, the cold is going to strike you. The sky has rolled black overhead. The sails are pitched and pushing with an unheard of strength forward, and you're seeing the waves begin to pitch the ship just a bit, but it's going to get rough soon. You don't even have to be a good sailor to know that. He's staring on with a bit of grim determination.
Monsieur?
Hello, Frenchie.
Hello?
Uh,
Ingly?
Fair. Part Dutch. So
Oh, Dutchy. That's a thing, though.
it's a better name.
I suppose you could be a landmass.
I mean, in this time period, that's kind of worse. Being young
Very
as a
true.
Dutch.
The Dutch, yeah. What do you got there?
Food. Dinner. Everyone else seems to have liked it well enough, but I'd love
like-
your opinion.
I like how it came to me. And,
She'll lean back against the...
you know what? He's gonna try to flirt with you. So he's got presence 3 and he's got persuasion 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I got high resolve.
You got high resolve. Oh no, this probably won't work. Oh no, that was 55511.
Ooh, she indulges him. She doesn't like scoff him off.
Okay.
She's got half a foot on him probably because he's portly but he's not big, right?
Yeah, he's about probably about 5'8".
Okay, yeah. So she's got a few inches on him and she could, despite his weight, probably toss him overboard if she wanted to. So
Yeah,
she
you'd
just
probably
kind of
pull a
accepted.
muscle, but you could do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I gotta be honest. What do you think of this errand?
Well, I haven't thought too much about it. I don't have any experience on ships, so it was hard catching something that heads up to the mainland. If it's what it is, it's what it is, and I'm making money off of it. Why, you've worked with the captain before, have you not?
Not really. I've known him. I got a look at the, he hired me first. He was a couple sheets in. I drank with him after we agreed on the price. And, I saw the writ that he had. Well, what did he tell you about this?
He told me that we are picking up a dangerous criminal on the way to Florida, and that I was to prepare food for the crew.
He told me the same thing.
Is that not true?
The letter I saw that he received said that the ship that we're trying to intercept was transporting a body. The man we're going for is already dead.
What would the captain want with a dead man?
Who knows? I've heard he's into some weird shit.
Like a cult?
Yeah, like hoodoo.
Well, I suppose he inferred that our destination was Florida. Are we coming back here after we obtain?
I don't know. The plan is to head back to Nassau after we intercept, as far as I know.
Well, I suppose at least with the money I can purchase my route there, but
Just strikes me as strange, Frenchie. Wouldn't it have been easier just to tell everyone that we were getting a dead man? Wouldn't he have been able to pay us less? It seems to me that, and as he says that, leaning over and not paying attention as he is, kind of chatting with you and just kind of trying to flirt with you, the ship is suddenly going to pitch. All of you downstairs, I need you to do me a favor. I'm going to roll a die real quick. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, I need everyone but the captain and Cedric to make me a dexterity and athletics roll at a... Hanna, you're going to make yours flat. Alice and... Actually, pardon me. You're going to make yours at a -2 because you're seated, and this is going to be a problem. But Lucy and Alice are going to do it at a -1 because you are not in the direct area of effectiveness. So everybody make me a dexterity and athletics roll.
everyone that's downstairs.
Everyone's downstairs, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
A failure is a dramatic failure. I am invoking the tilt, unstable footing.
Okay.
One success.
Does my
Two
C
successes.
specialty to athletics count?
Yes. Yeah, well.
Okay. And then I'm at a minus what?
You're at a now you're at a -2, but now it's going to be just, you get the specialty, so it's basically -1.
Okay.
Okay. What'd you get, Millie?
2.
2? Perfect.
But you're muted.
You're
Yeah,
James.
sorry. Did I get any modifiers on mine? I just didn't.
You
hear
didn't
any
have to roll.
modifiers for me. Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed it.
It's okay. Also, you're
You're
coming
used
in
to
a
this.
tiny bit quiet, but 3? Okay. The ship is going to pitch to the side, and suddenly the vat of still cooling gruel is going to pitch over and spill what would have been across the 3 of your laps had you not leapt backward. It was steaming hot still at the bottom, where all of that heat was still coalescing and would have probably been a 1st or 2nd degree burn had it hit you, but you are all going to be able to pitch yourself back, kicking the bench back onto the floor and rolling against the far wall. That was almost quite dangerous.
Almost got
I think,
boiled alive by my dinner.
I think Lucy's gonna run up to where Wentworth and Berthe are and
What is
see
that?
what the heck's going on.
Cedric's gonna follow.
As you head outside, the ship is in the center of a black mass of waves. It looks like it came on quickly. And the treacherous waters all around you are pitching the boat back and forth. Unstable footing is going to be applying here. Yes. I'm sorry, double checking the stats on this. Everyone is going to be at a -2 to all actions just because of how unsteady the seas are here as well. As you rush out Lucy, Wentworth is going to turn to you and say, "Take the wheel, hold it steady."
Sure.
And he is going to rush forward and begin climbing the mast. And that's the point that Cedric, as you come out, you'll see what the problem is immediately. Looking up, the wind's too strong. It's about to rip the sail. "I've got to bring it down!" And he starts scaling the side of the mast.
I'll probably immediately head for the rope lines to do whatever he calls down.
All right.
Same, I'll stand at the ready.
Sounds good.
Hanna will have also followed them out to see what was going on.
Everyone, get up here!
Alice as well.
Sounds good. I need everyone here to make me a wits or dex and survival roll at a -2. Don't forget, willpower is a thing.
I am going to have to spend willpower because the -2 plus my physical 1 unskilled for not having it takes away all my dice.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, you're actually going to be able to hold it steady and also allow it to just move just the tiniest bit where it needs to, lest you hurt the rudders. Cedric.
I got 1. 1.
Also 1.
Okay.
Got 2.
Got 2. Okay. And Krystyn. Got 1. Okay, all of you are going to be able to hold steady. The sky overhead rumbles with thunder, and bolts of purple lightning strike the water, exploding it. Dead fish rise to the surface of foam all around you. This is definitely bizarre weather. The sky is pitch black, but between the cracks of the clouds, you will see that it is red between, like blood dripping from heaven. The captain will step out onto the bow, look around, appraise the situation, and those of you with eye for the strange and unseen sense, I'm going to let you all do this. Make me a wits and composure roll at the -2 still. Okay.
1 success.
1 success as well.
1
2
success as well.
successes.
2 successes. As you are looking around, Lucy, you are going to be the closest, and will be the only one able to hear this. But all of you will get this chill roll over your flesh. Wentworth says, "Cut the line! Cut the line!"
And sure.
As you do, you're going to cut. You start sawing through the line that's holding the mainsail tight. And as you do that, you'll feel a chill and a sense of dread hit the pit of your stomach. Like, you know this is the right thing to do, but at the same time, something about this feels very wrong. But this is the only way to keep the sail. Lucy, over your shoulder, you will hear, "The sea takes its toll." As the captain mutters to himself, and
Yes, Captain, what was that?
he's not looking at you, he's glancing up, and you swear in the reflection of the lightning that his eye is glowing. He's saying something, but again, it's either the sound of the gales overhead or the sound of the sea sloshing around the boat, but it sounds like what you would not recognize, but what future generations would recognize as feedback issues from his lips. A sharp, shrill noise, indecipherable, that seems like it might have been words.
Lucy's gonna ignore it and try and keep the boat steady.
Sounds great. Castor, you slash the rope, and the ship suddenly pitches to the side, unexpectedly. Lucy, you're going to try to hold it, and you're going to hear a crack as the wood of the rudder tries to hold steady and almost throws you against the railing of the boat as you do so. You're going to be able to hold on, though, with your survival roll. At that point, the sail is going to rip forward like a kite. The rope is going to surge up, and you are all going to hear a scream as Wentworth falls, and then a sudden as his spine snaps. The rope that's been cut wraps around his throat, creating an impromptu noose. His feet dangle less than a foot above the deck. He swings like a piñata, his eyes bulging, his neck broken. I should have said neck instead of spine, by the way. That's the right combat. All right, so with that, what is everyone doing at this point? Just trying to keep the ship aloft? Yes.
How
Alice would
far?
like to cut him free.
Yeah,
Sounds
I was
good.
going to ask, how far up is he?
He is, like I said, he's about a foot above the deck. Like, he fell all the way down. And so anyone who's right there, I'm assuming, Alice, we'll say you're right there. You may cut him down. As you do so, I want you to make me a roll. Make me a wits and composure -2.
Sure. These -2s are rough.
Yeah. And don't forget, failure is dramatic.
I keep rolling 10s though. Hang on.
Hell yeah.
2.
2. As you cut him down, you are going to hear somehow against this. His windpipe is crushed. His neck is broken, but he's still breathing. He's still somehow clinging to life from this fall. He will die very shortly without immediate medical attention. And godly
she's
medical
going to
attention.
yell for Hanna.
All right.
Hannah's gonna rush over.
You will see that, yes, his neck has been broken, and the rope has crushed his larynx. Like, his windpipe is completely concave. If you would like to try to save this man's life, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to roll me a wits and medicine roll at a -5.
Use that willpower.
Would this count as field or surgery?
Either or.
Okay. So a -5, you say. All right,
-5.
that leaves me
Can I
dice.
assist?
But willpower, yes.
Ooh, actually, one moment.
Alice
So,
has emergency medicine specialization.
that sounds good. You'll have the same -5, but go ahead and make the roll.
Okay.
So the way this is going to work is Alice is... Wait, hold on. Krystyn, you wait.
Okay.
Alice is assisting you, so you
Oh, yes.
any successes that Alice gets, go to your pool.
Okay.
Only 1.
Only one. That's still a +1, though. So,
It's 8 and above in this one, right?
yes, it is. 8, 9, 10, and 10's
Only
explode.
1.
Three successes.
You got 3 successes.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so we don't have straws in this day and age, but
However, my thought is that I could cut into him and then just hold it open.
and then you know what you will have on you though? Dangling around his throat, you will see a shipman's whistle.
There you go.
It's
go.
basically it's going to be like a penny whistle, basically, like
Yeah.
a small copper
Tube.
whistle, a tube, basically. And with 3 successes, there will only be the slightest when he's breathing. Plunging
enough.
that through, you are going to be able. Honestly, it's the best item that you could install as Alice holds him steady. His neck is broken. You do not think he is going to be able to move, and he is going to faint beneath you immediately. But you'll hear over the crashing of the waves the steady Wentworth Pennywood. God damn it. Okay, you
So
are.
begins the legend of Wentworth Pennywhistle. Is what
All right, you are going to be able to save his life. Moving him is something that'll have to be done after the ship is steady, however, because right now, he will be lucky if he can use his legs after this. The fact that he's still breathing is a good sign. Otherwise, his
I mean, also at most, I'm hoping to maybe get his arms working. Because then at least he can, like, crutch himself around with his legs swinging. Like, he can still move if he's got if he's got upper body at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he's gone.
I will say,
quadriplegic,
with 3 successes and the medical text at the time, I think that there is knowledge there that if he is able to breathe, there's a good chance his arms might work still, just because the damage to his neck might not have gone that low. And honestly, you can survive a broken. One of my friends just broke their neck earlier this year. They're fine now.
My cousin has broken her neck 3 times in 3 separate car accidents. So
Tell her to stop doing it.
she keeps getting hit.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's not
Yeah.
her fault. All right, and then, as you hold the water, as you hold the boat steady upon the water, suddenly, the wind will start to cut. Either you're in the eye of a storm or you were just at the edge of one. Within minutes, you're on calm water again. The sky is still pitch. The sun is likely to go completely away in less than an hour. Is he alive?
Where did that freak blow come in from?
I was ill, and it came from nowhere.
This here's spooky, Captain. This... Maybe it's best we turn back. This doesn't feel right.
There'll be no turning back. We go forward. We have something to claim. And then we'll turn back to Nassau.
But we're scant of topsmen, sir, and...
Lucy can handle the top.
I served, done it many times before.
Aye. I know
You'll actually see a look of relaxation go through Castor. Because, oh god, she can have that. Yeah.
She's small enough to do it. And she's done it enough times before. As he says that, the silver eye rotates again in its socket and looks at you with an uncanny stillness.
Lucy will start very slowly climbing what's left of the masts.
Sounds good. I would like you and Castor, do a combined... this is going to take a bit of work to do this. Give me a stamina and survival roll.
If there's anything that requires heavy strength things, I'll help.
Sounds good.
I
You may
can
assist in
assist.
this roll as well. So basically this will just be a group roll. However...
3 successes.
3 successes. All right, Castor, you're going to be the man on the bottom. Have you already rolled?
Yep.
Okay.
I wish I had a specialty, because I would have, I got 3 successes, I would have had 5.
Why would you have had 5?
Oh, or you have another dice with this system, don't you? Never mind.
Yeah, you get extra
but
dice.
I got 10, 10, 9.
Well, you reroll the 10s.
Oh, automatically? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's Chronicles, not
Splitting
not roll.
tens.
I'm just gonna have my things then.
Yeah, you play too many
that
games
is
recently.
5 successes.
5.
5
Holy
successes.
shit. Okay.
Exceptional.
Okay,
success.
so I will say that the ship is working quite well. And how many did you get, Christa?
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll anything.
Okay, so you just saw that it wasn't necessary. Sounds good. What I am going to do in this case is I'm going to... James, you are going to gain... what? I should have pulled my cards out for this, but I didn't. You are going to gain the... you are going to gain the steadfast condition. Your character is confident and resolved. When you fail a roll, resolve this condition instead to treat the action as if you rolled a single success. If the roll was a chance dice, you may resolve this condition to roll a single dice instead. So it doesn't get you out of a chance dice failure, but it does, basically give you a pool of 1.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. You hear Celine Dion in your head and everything. So you're going to be able to do that while they are fixing the sail and getting you back underway. What is the rest of the crew doing? What are Alice and Hanna doing primarily? Are you moving him down below?
I think so. Hanna will direct to find a plank. I'm sure there is a stretcher plank sort of
there's
thing.
some spare. At the very least,
Yeah.
enough canvas, because you have to have
I'll help
patchwork
with that.
materials.
Or just an old hammock.
Yeah. There's plenty beneath ship for the carpenter.
She's gonna indicate a plank because that'll be easier to keep everything steady and not bending or anything.
Sounds good. I'm not going to make
Alice
you...
will follow her lead on it.
Sure. I'm not going to make you roll for the transport because you did so well on the save. Moving him underneath, you'll find that he is, despite his leathery complexion, is completely ashen around the face. His breath is coming ragged through that whistle. And as you head underneath, you can't help but feel a sense of foreboding. Do you do anything down there? Talk about anything?
I think what would... Because she's going to want to try and, like, probably repair his throat enough that he could talk in the future.
Ooh,
Right? Like, try and, like... I mean,
I
not
guess you could try
delicate
to-
surgery per se, but trying to, like, uncrush it. So maybe it'll heal.
Sure, you can do some at-sea surgery there. That sounds fine. I mean, you're literally a surgeon, so... Alice, do you want to assist?
She's going to just start directing
sure.
Alice into what to do.
So, Alice, I need you to make me a dexterity plus medicine roll. Given the ship's pitching condition, you'll be at a -1, but Hanna brought a full equipment suite, which is going to negate that.
Hannah's going to also kind of go, you're not going to puke at, like, insides, right?
Why would I puke at insides?
Some people are delicate.
I have literal merit to not puke at insides.
Hey!
Me too!
Yes.
I took that as well, because the doctor better not puke at blood.
Exactly.
Two successes.
2 successes. All right, add 2 to your pool, Krystyn. Krystyn, you also, you're going to have a, because they're your equipment, I'm going to give you a +1
Okay.
on the roll as well.
And then my plus for surgery.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Dex in medicine, is it?
This is Dex in medicine, yes, because this is
Sweet.
fine-tuned. You're
Okay.
literally cutting a man's throat apart, so...
Do I have any minuses?
Honestly, no, because you can take your time.
Okay. This is a massive dice pool then.
Right.
Oh, you know what I forgot the first time? I have
What?
9 again on this. Ah! I didn't re-roll my 9s on the first one.
Yeah, professional training.
Professional training is broken. By the way, if you're ever playing Chronicles of Darkness, buy professional training. It is the best merit that they've ever come up with, almost suspiciously so.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. I love it.
You could take professional training fast food worker and be a ninja. It's great.
It's all about Ninja Burger.
Oh man.
Hang on,
Man,
new
I played
character.
that
has
game
it
forever.
For
Yeah,
another
right.
game now.
Yes.
We should run
Fast
that for
food, fighting in the
some-
night.
Find a copy
one
of
of
it.
lives. Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Okay, I had a pool of like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had a pool of 9, okay? And then I
so,
re-roll 9s.
You will be, with 6 successes, you will be able to stabilize. And what I will say is... damn.
Also, she uses like alcohol to sterilize.
Yeah, there is some stronger alcohol than rum on board, too. Something that doesn't have quite as much sugar content.
It's locked up in like her cupboard, probably. It's
Oh,
meant
yeah,
for
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Why would you
basically,
lock
like...
it up? Sorry.
This
She's
is...
been holding out on us, Cedric.
Okay. You're gonna regain a willpower point from this.
Yes. I've already spent 2.
All right, because this is fantastic. You are going to be able to basically pull this man back from the brink of death and stabilize him. You actually think that the damage wasn't quite as severe. He would have suffocated, given, oh god, another probably 30 seconds to a minute. The damage would have been too severe. He would have gone into panic and crushed his throat the rest of the way through trying to inhale. So you got there just in the nick of time thanks to Alice's intervention. He's barely conscious, but you'll be able to hear quietly what you think. Can I get a wits and composure roll from both of you at a -3?
One.
1.
Nothing, just 3s.
he whispers before passing into unconsciousness completely.
So Hanna is going to try to basically strap him to the table. 'Cause her table would be bolted down because it's designed for surgery in the midst of like combat.
Yeah, it has straps. It has big, thick leather ones with buckles.
Well, and the table itself is bolted.
Yeah, but I'm saying that
so
it would
she's
have
going to try and
straps on
basically immobilize his head and upper shoulder area so that he doesn't destroy the work she's just done, potentially. Also, if the ship suddenly moves or really heals over.
Yeah, he doesn't get thrown off the boat.
Doesn't get thrown off and then actually die.
Yeah. That is very possible. The dude has like 1 health box and it's full of bashing right now.
And I think she's going to try and use like blocks
Illegal.
and strap blocks on either side to kind of hold his head.
Absolutely. So that
Steady.
takes about an hour. Actually, you know what? Doing that probably takes about 3 hours to do all of that and to get the ship back on course. As you're up top,
She's going to like strip her shirt off, change to a new one, pop that shirt into a bucket of bleach or something, or
Get all of the
vinegar or
blood.
whatever they have.
Vinegar probably,
Yeah.
or
It's probably just absolutely soaked
or
around
just
the
throw
sleeves
it
at least.
overboard. Probably salt water, to be honest.
She's gonna try. This might be one of the new shirts that is for when she's expecting to get many injuries. It'll be the combat shirt.
All right. Upstairs, above deck, the captain takes the wheel again and continues pushing toward the northeast. As he does, he keeps making these corrections to the wheel that seem like he's steering by gut. Originally, you were to sail due east, but now you're not. You can't really tell.
Does it seem like he's trying to follow someone?
Kind of seems like that, yes. Those of you who are on board might see that. Now, can I get anybody who is interacting directly with him during this time? I would like you to make me an empathy and composure roll. If you have those traits.
I'd certainly try. I have 1 dot with 1 point of composure.
I say do it.
Oh, wait, no, I'll be down to chance die, actually, because it's -1.
Yeah.
But I am
it's
suspicious.
negative. Are we have -2 right now, right?
Nope.
Altogether?
Nope. The sea has
Right, okay.
has calmed.
So that's a chance die, and I failed. But not a 1.
Okay.
3 10s.
Oop.
3 successes.
Oops.
Oh
I accidentally.
no.
I did the thing. You can see my incredibly cluttered desktop.
Berthe will go up to the captain as he's steering and sort of.
So you said 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So please
so,
continue.
Monsieur, I'm quite new to the sea, but have we changed directions? Did the storm send us off course?
No, I've just got a feeling. With that storm, they would have gone around. They would have tried to make sure they didn't get caught inside of it. They would have taken a more circuitous pattern. It's, they'd be this way. As he says that, there's a sureness to his voice where he believes 100% that he is going the right direction. Although it feels like his reasoning is improvised. Like he's trying to give you a reason why he knows what he knows.
Right. Well, if you are certain, sir, absolutely. Again, I'm new to boats. Is there anything I can help with here? Or should I check in with Cedric?
You're a strong woman.
Aye.
See that? Point straight ahead. Right there, by the gull.
Oui.
Keep the wheel pointed at it until I come back.
Oui.
And with that, he's going to lumber downstairs, carrying a weight about him that seems too heavy for a single man to bear. The surgery downstairs goes very well. And a couple of hours later, you will all be cleaning yourselves up and preparing to come back on deck. And on deck, as the sun sets, the barest bit of light still illuminates you from behind as the sun dips behind you, finally visible again. I'd like anybody on the deck to make me a wits and composure roll. Highest wins.
Oh, this is going to be hard.
Do I count if I'm up above? Or...
You'll get a +1.
Oh, there.
One. 3. Ooh.
Dramatic failure? Do ones count as dramatic failure?
They do not. They do not. So, not unless you're rolling a chance dice, which is
no.
Okay.
She's just hugging
So you're just
tight.
you're pitching side to side, trying not to die. Been there. Berthe, you are going to notice before anyone else as you look on the horizon, keeping the wheel nice and steady. It's been a monotonous couple of hours. And then there's a shadow. A shadow on the far horizon that before long begins to look like a boat. And then, yes, it is. There's a boat, a large one, actually. It looks like a merchant trading vessel, flying the colors of the East Indies Company.
Does it look like it's going the same direction we are, or is it coming at us?
You're going to be pitching directly into the side of it if you keep up. It's headed northward.
Okay.
Am I saying it right? It is East Indies, right? Or is it West Indies?
No, East.
It is, okay. That's why
I
I was
thought
like...
it was the East India Company.
Yeah.
It is the East India
Yeah,
Company,
it's
right?
the East India Trading Company.
Okay. Sorry, I was blanking on that for some reason. I'm like, I freaking studied this at the master's level, and I forget. It falls out of my head. Like, it's like when you're typing a word, and you're like, that can't be how it's spelled.
Yeah.
They, there's a Q in there.
Exactly. I will. So the people on deck, the captain has gone under.
The captain is under
deck, right?
under deck. Yeah.
Okay. Cedric. There's a ship. It looks like they have. It may be the one we're looking for.
Oh.
Once it's brought to your attention, you'll immediately see it, and yeah, no, those look like the right colors for flag, and that looks like the type of merchant vessel you're used to, like a full merchant ship.
Captain! Ship ahoy! Good eyes, Bert. Damn good eyes. We should get you up in the crow's nest.
I've never been good with heights, sir.
A few minutes later, the captain will head north. Pardon me, head north. Ugh, sorry, guys. Still waking up today. Will head above, and as he does, the rest of the crew will be summoned up by your shouting as well. Sure enough, there is a boat directly in front of you, a large merchant vessel. Can I get anybody as you're approaching it? You're probably about 200 meters out at this point. Anybody who wants to can make me either a wits and survival roll or a wits or composure and empathy roll.
Sorry, wits and survival or composure and empathy?
Or wits and empathy. Either way. Depends how you're going about it. It's a very flexible system.
No success.
No success? Hey, there's
I'm
a boat.
still just hanging on.
There's a boat and...
I think I'm still downstairs.
I could be late to the
cleaning up.
party.
Okay.
Hey guys, there's a boat.
Hey, guys!
4.
Okay, so Alice, you head upstairs. 3 successes. You are Alice, you will have the strongest reaction to this. Looking at this boat, the other two are going to notice that the boat's sails are not full. It looks like it's drifting along in the breeze, but it appears to be dead in the water. And Alice, as you look upon it, you will notice that as well as have a horrible memory of seeing a ship like that floating dead in the water after having been ransacked.
Cedric. I got hit.
Yeah, they're not sailing, they're not flying any sail. Might not be a hit. Maybe disease, maybe?
They're all dead.
Bring us alongside. If they're all dead, that means that we get first claim. You might end up much more rich.
Not
Cedric's probably
super
gonna-
excited about looting a East India ship.
Cedric's gonna go to his pack and actually like put on his like pistols and such like that. He doesn't like this feeling.
Mm-hmm. As you pull up alongside of it, you will see that written in paint along the hull is the name of the boat, the same name that the captain told you of when he hired you, the Tortuga. It's a beauty of a vessel, large and strong, and not new, but well maintained, absolutely wealthy. The sails hang mostly limp. Some of their rigging has been cut, or simply they're not given enough slack. Some of them are even rolled up again, like they expected perhaps the storm. Now your schooner is a bit shorter, so any type of boarding will require you going up through some of their netting, or using grappling hooks, or a rope bridge hook, which you obviously would have on board.
Is it possible to climb over there and then make it easier for everybody else?
If somebody wants to take that rough chance, yes. To do that, I need you to make me a strength and athletics roll.
Oh, baby, this is what I built for.
Yeah, so this is going to be just, you're going to hurl yourself against the side of the boat.
I don't know if this counts. I have a specialty in athletics of feats of strength. This doesn't feel like that, though.
I'll give it to you just because you got to hurl yourself like 15 feet
Okay.
onto the side of a boat. I'll allow it. It's a Hulk
I'll
jump.
use willpower, because I want to roll like I'm a scion.
So, I mean, who doesn't?
And
Since
does this have gun
I'm-
ports on it?
Up top, can I try and grapple to their top of the mast?
You can definitely try. James, what did you say?
I was wondering if it had gun ports or anything like that along the side.
It does have a couple of defensive guns.
All right.
They
I might
are
try to take a.
They are
I might
closed
take a-
presently.
Okay, I might take a boarding axe and see if I can pry one open.
Okay. 5? Okay. So quickly enough, your cook is going to take a running jump out of nowhere and hurl herself bodily across the expanse, and is actually going to be able to catch the lip of the side of the boat. You are going to catch and pull yourself up, and as you do, I want to give me a wits and composure roll from not from you, you're fine, but from Lucy, who's looking down at this.
Do success.
There's no one on the deck. There's no sign of anyone on the deck. It's
Can I try and grapple across now?
okay. What I need you to do is give me a dexterity and athletics roll to throw a grappling hook over there.
Nada.
Nada. So you try to throw the grappling hook, and it's going to clang on the side of the boat. You are going to pull yourself up, Berthe, and looking over, you see there is nothing on this deck. There is a gangplank nearby that would actually be able to be dropped down onto your boat, as well as a rope ladder.
Perfect.
The rope ladder's probably better.
Okay, I'll toss the rope ladder over to Cedric, probably.
Sounds good. Cedric, as you are prying open the gun hatch, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gunport?
Gunport? I was thinking gunport, I'm like, that doesn't sound right, but it's probably right. Can you make me a wits and composure roll?
Sure. That is a 0.
Sounds good. As you open it up just a bit, the rope's going to fall next to you, distracting you, and you'll let it shut again because you have a rope right here.
Okay.
And you won't notice, but the audience at home will notice on the underside of the gun port the steady dripping of blood along the wall. Horror games are great when you play with that. I strongly
Good job,
suggest.
Bertie.
All right.
I'll tie it off.
All right. You can easily moor this boat, basically tie them together so that you won't have to worry about anybody on the other side.
Yep.
This be it. We must make haste. Behind you, the last rays of sunlight illuminate the far horizon. Who heads aboard first?
I will. I'll swing down the mast, or what's left of our mast.
Your mast is fine. You're gonna climb down?
Yeah, climb down.
You say swing down. So,
well, there's a rope. I just,
okay, given that you are not good at this, I'm going to make you make a roll. So make me a dexterity and athletics roll.
Rope wraps around your throat and your neck snaps.
Yep, it's a trend, really.
No success.
How many people can we hang in this session?
Okay,
Oh, no.
So you are trying to swing from one ship to another. Oh boy.
Or are you just trying to swing down?
Just down.
Just down? Okay.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. I need you to make me a stamina roll.
One success.
One success. Cool. You are going to try to kind of like swing and rappel down, as you've heard in the stories. And as you do, it's going to start off great. And then the rope burns as it slides through your hand. You weren't expecting how rough this hemp rope would be. And you're going to let go about 20 feet up because your skin starts to rip off of your hand. It's going to be kind of just like welling plasma and blood for hours now. And you're going to fall hard. You're going to take 2 points of bashing damage as you hit the deck with a slam.
Lucy! You alright?
Yeah, I'm
Lucy.
good.
Your ankle is not feeling it, just letting you know. Boom! Bad ankle in a horror game. You saw it here.
Which I think while all of this is going on, Hannah's probably heard this shout of a ship being sighted,
Yes.
at least through the deck. So she's
I
going
yelled
to
it out.
have
Yeah.
finished getting her patient strapped down and then start putting stuff into a bit of a bag, satchel sort of thing.
Sounds
And
good.
then rejoin everybody on deck once she's got a satchel of supplies.
Sounds good.
Well, it
As
sounded
the-
like Cedric was going to head up pretty quick. If that's
Yeah,
the case, Alice
Cedric was
won't
gonna
let him be that far
clamber up.
forward.
I'll probably take the boarding axe with me. I'll just tuck it into the back of my belt
Sounds good.
and kind of clamber up and probably pause at the top as Lucy's like kabam.
Yeah. The captain stands behind you, beneath you, on the rope ladder. She'll live, he mutters.
Cedric will kind of glower in his direction, but then turn back and nod, and then he's going to go over and start poking around the boat.
Sounds good. As you climb over, there we go. I needed a ship blueprint to describe this. Because I realized that time when you're running a game and you're like, wait, I don't know as much about ships as I wish I did.
I thought I knew more.
I thought I knew more about everything. This is the thing I can't fake. All right. The captain's quarters is directly to your right there. The wheel,
All right.
the wheelhouse atop of it. The captain will look around and draw his sword the moment that he gets aboard, as well
I'd probably do the same.
as a pistol in one hand. Quite a large one, actually. Keep
It's
your
that
wits
kind of
about you.
situation then.
I'm not sure. The man we're looking for. You're looking for dark skin. Deep, deep dark. Craven is part Haitian. Scar over his lips and chin. A tattoo on the side of his neck of a gull. You find him. You called me.
Sure will do.
Okay. And with that, the captain will begin searching around the deck. Now, who is headed over to the deck? Everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are going to be able to make your way over, Lucy, with a bit of trouble on the ladder, but you'll get there after a minute or so. Your ankle is hurt, but your pride is more hurt at this point. And what is happening with Hanna?
Once Hannah's up on deck, if she sees that everybody's clambering over there, are the ships fastened together?
They are tethered together now.
Okay, good. She'll, I guess, join everybody, because if something happens over there, she'll need to help.
Sounds
Her patient should be unconscious for a while.
Yeah, no, he's out. You might have had some narcotics you could slip him to. I'm pretty sure.
And there's not much she could do for him anymore. Like, she's done what she can.
It's in God's hands now, really.
Exactly.
Okay, so
So she'll join and clamber over as well.
Sounds good. As you are over now, the top of the ship is as expected of a ship of this nature. There is there's a door immediately to the right and a pair of stairs that flank it. It's every ship that you've ever seen in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, for quick reference. But so a pair of actually quite well crafted stairs flanking either side of the door to the captain's quarters. On top there is the I believe it's the quarterdeck is what it's called, where the actual like steering wheel is. Or is that at the front? We're gonna say that it's up there, because that fits my narrative. There is also a what's the term I'm thinking of where you load things in?
Cargo hatch?
Yes, thank you. Seriously, my brain's not working for words today. But there's a large cargo hatch that is sealed over directly in front of you, and stairwells that lead down into the bowels of the ship, just on the other side of it, near the foremast. Probably lead down into the bowels there. Where is everyone headed?
Lucy is gonna head to the captain's quarters.
Okay. And I have a feeling that that's where Cedric was going to.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
If I can find out what's going on with this boat, the captain should have written it down, so maybe we can learn something from his log.
Sounds good.
I have sneak abilities. I have hide in the shadow and small frame.
Sure, sounds good. So, the captain's quarters is locked as you approach it. But I will say that each of you know that there is usually a hatch inside the captain's quarters that goes up to the quarterdeck. And actually, Lucy, you saw that there was a hatch from where you were up ahead, even though you wouldn't know that personally. So this door is locked solidly. The old brass handle, shaped like an L, actually shaped like a fish's tail, more than anything, resists your attempt to open it. What do the two of you do?
Going hacking this thing open if we can find a way around.
Isn't there usually a hatch, Castor?
Aye. Or else, if that fails, maybe we can go in through the aft windows if there are some. But let's not dump you into the sea yet. Go find that hatch if you can.
Okay.
Okay.
Heading up onto the deck, you'll see that the wheel itself has been lashed in place by a belt.
There's probably someone about. Not enough hands to run the ship, maybe.
There's no one on board, and as you check the hatch to the captain's quarters, it is indeed sealed as well. Perhaps the
All right.
window?
So we'll go over to the aft rail and look down, and there's often like a little almost like a balcony thing there.
Yes, there's not so much that, but you'll be able to see that there is quite a sizable lip on the window. That and actually there are several windows in the back. It's not quite a balcony so much as like it kind of juts out at the back, kind of like a fish's ass, I guess. Fish don't have asses, Kelly, but hey, and it actually has
As you know.
Everything has an ass.
6 ornate windows, one of which is swinging back and forth, wide open. Too big for
Can I
you,
fit
or
through
probably too
because
small
I'm
for
smaller?
you. You can try to climb down, yes. So I want you to make me another dexterity and athletics roll, and this is going to be it's going to be a little difficult. So you're going to be at a -1 for this. So you might want to spend willpower.
Oh,
Can I give her a
absolutely.
hand? Running
Yeah,
a rope
actually,
for?
yes, you
Yeah.
may. So don't bother rolling, James. So you will not take a penalty on this roll.
Okay.
So I would spend the willpower regardless, though.
Yeah.
This is mostly arm movement anyway. Her
Yeah,
arms-
basically, it's like, hey, I'm gonna hold your arms and just gonna throw you through.
One success.
One success, all right. Scrabbling down, there will be a moment where, as you hold onto his hand for safety, the sweat dripping down both of your arms is going to make it slick enough that you lose grip on one of the two hands that you're holding and dangle for just a moment. The waves crash beneath you, and then you'll manage to get the tip of your boot inside of the windowsill. Transfer your weight and step inside. Now, while they're doing that, what are the other three of you doing?
Alice would be looking for a way below decks to try to find the crew.
I'll be with Alice.
Sounds good. And,
I'll follow along with them as well.
all right. As you approach, you'll see that the cargo hatch is sealed, but it's not locked. In fact, as you look at it, there's a padlock on it that is wide open. It hasn't been latched. You could go through that way, or you could try going through the crew stairwell just on the other side of it, which is a simple hatch. That as you go to, who tries to open it first?
I probably do.
Sounds good. It's heavy, but you're quite strong, and with a bit of a wrench, you will pull it open. Can I get a wits and composure roll off of everyone here? Krystyn?
Would danger sense apply?
Yes, it would.
Excellent. I was just looking at what my merits were. So wits and composure.
There's no penalty on this roll because of who you three are.
One single success.
One
Plus
single
2
success.
modifier.
2 successes.
How many successes, Christa?
2.
2?
3.
3. The three of you will smell death. Rotten, voided bowels awaits you beneath.
Bert will
Alice will
look
draw
over her
2 pistols.
Berthe will kind of look over at her shoulder at the captain and kind of be upset that he knew A, where this thing was, and B, he knew they would all be dead. And just kind of slowly makes her way down the stairs.
Hannah's gonna pull her knife, which I think is one of those ones with a flat side and a sharp side.
Yeah.
And to have hands free, I guess she's holding it like an old-timey pirate fish.
Hey, that's what that's what your teeth are for.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And
Cleaned her knives well.
It's true.
So it's Berthe, Alice, Hanna.
Yeah.
And the captain will actually follow you down. You're not really comfortable having him at your back at the moment, I'm pretty sure. Berthe.
Ew.
Heading down into the bowels of the ship, you will find that there are barrels everywhere, as is expected. Further beneath, there is all of the merchant cargo, crates. A rat scurries away from you as you put your foot down in this almost pitch black room. Did any of you bring any light source or anything?
I was just about to ask, is there like a lantern?
There is a nearby
I was gonna
lantern,
ask
yes.
that. Yeah.
There is right at the base of the stairwell.
So it's not like we have flashlights.
It's true. Just pull out your cell phones. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a match?
Yeah.
As you strike the match and illuminate this area, the first thing you will see is a long trail of bowel blood. Someone tried to claw their way up the stairwell and was dragged by a gut wound.
So they got away and then got dragged back.
They did not escape for long.
Now,
We
there are
should warn the others.
That makes me think somebody's still alive on here who did all this.
Then we'll make sure they're not alive soon. He clicks back the lock on his flintlock.
I'm gonna look around quickly to see if
this. Hannah's gonna just be like,
weapons.
Crane, if you see him, shoot him.
I don't have a gun. How do I? I'm gonna take a quick look around and see if there's any like
That sounds
loaded
good.
flintlocks or even just a sword.
So there are two directions you can go here, basically. You kind of climb down. You can head toward the front of the ship or the back of the ship. Back of the ship is generally where a lot of the munitions were held, and front of the ship here looks like where more of the crew quarters were.
which way
but
was this person look like they were dragged?
They
That's
were
the one.
dragged toward the back.
Where the
Do
crew
you need
quarters
a-
are?
Do you need a
The
sword? You could
crew's
go
at the front.
online.
Oh, crew's okay. Oui, Alice, merci.
She'll hand her a sword.
Maybe we should go check the crew quarters first.
Oui. Trying to pretend that's a good idea because we should check out the crew, not wanting to go that way.
You three stick together.
Potentially they have more guns up there.
Captain, are you not coming with us?
I'll check the back.
I don't think you should go alone.
D'accord.
I'll wait here for you, in case anyone comes this way then.
Okay, give us a shout.
Meanwhile, upstairs, you swing through the window, finding your footing. As you do, you'll see that this room has been completely tossed. Bookcases overturned, china shattered against the floor. The fact that someone had china on such a vessel is a bit much, to be honest.
I'll try and unlock the door so that Cedric can come in.
Sounds good. Cedric, the door unlocks for you. The door or the hatch, because he was upstairs.
Hatch.
Okay. The hatch unlocks. Look, and as soon as you come in here, you will see that this is a nightmare scenario. This place has been rolled. Anything of value? Well, I mean, if you want to look around, you can both.
I'm a quartermaster. If there's a stash, I can probably suss it out.
Make me an intelligence and investigation roll.
An investigation. Oh, okay. Maybe this is going to be hard then.
Can I look around as well? I have
Sure.
investigation and occult.
So you can make me an
I think
investigation.
I'm down to a chance die.
You can make me a larceny roll, James, if you're looking for a hidden stash.
What about subterfuge? Can I imagine what someone might try to, or Enigma's business?
No, not
Because-
for this one.
Okay.
No, you're too honest is the problem.
All right,
Two
then when
success.
I have one success anyway.
One success, perfect.
Yeah. On the chance.
All right. So how many did you get, Krystyn?
2.
2. Looking around the ship, the captains, you will find that there is no captain here. It looks like the captain's door was locked from the outside. There's something pressed against the main door of this, holding it shut. A chest with deep grooves across the floor, as if it were not carried. It doesn't seem that heavy, the chest, but pushed instead. The chest itself probably only weighs about 50 pounds, but it would have held the door tight even if you had managed to jimmy the lock or kick it open. Over at the captain's desk, which has been tipped over and shattered, lying on the floor is a captain's logbook.
I don't think I can read very well.
Okay. So you will find the logbook. Ting! Logbook
Okay.
achieved. You will also find, laying on the ground, a compass stained with a bloody thumbprint.
Hey, Castor, look at
are
these. Can you read?
Logbook. Yes.
Now, it is
I'll
getting quite...
actually, Cedric will pause and like watch you for a second. Like it's like half of what I do is sit there on books and doing figures and stuff like that. It's
Now, I will say that inside of this room, it is becoming quite dark.
I'd probably go over and like open up the curtains on the back.
No, like it's sundown, dude.
Oh, right. Okay. In which case, I will go look for.
Actually,
a
that reminds me,
lantern in the
folks.
wreckage,
Whoosh. And whoosh. Come on, this is where it does the thing. This is where it takes forever. Sorry, I'm trying to change my virtual back. There we go.
Ah,
Oh, right.
The boat.
There, you are on the boat, which is taking forever to load. I apologize for the technical delay. It's technically a delay.
Is this the right one?
Yeah, it is. And it's really resisting me. There we go. And boop. There we go. There we go. Make a note
Yeah,
of that problem.
I'll rummage around and see if I can find like a lantern or a candle or something like that I can.
Sounds good. The lantern has been shattered against the floor and should not be usable. In fact, you have to watch as you're looking around because there's a pool of oil lying on the ground, easy to ignite. However,
Alright.
there is a candle nearby that you can safely use.
Okay.
Lighting that, you'll cast a little bit of light into the room, and as you do, the sun completely sets beyond the horizon. And that's when you'll notice in the dimness there's a hidden compartment there next to the captain's bed. But as you're looking around, you'll notice something else. There's not just one bed here that's been strewn about and broken. There's a second one, a smaller bed.
Captains don't usually have wives. Why are there 2 beds here?
Or a child.
The
I'm gonna look
hatch-
through the logbook. Oh,
Sure.
sorry.
No, absolutely. We, in flowing script, It will say, ooh, actually, we're going East Indian, so it would be English. And everybody's speaking English. I forgot to ask that. That was an assumption. We managed to pick up the knave in San Juan. He went willingly. A strange sight. Y appeared soon enough, for in our custody he died. 1 minute he was hale and hearty, if somewhat pale and drawn, and the next, a corpse. We quarantined him below deck in the event that it was contagious. But his writ was dead or alive, and we will bring him to justice. We have a stopover in Florida, and then we'll continue onward. The next log says, some of the men are sick. I pray that it is not that villain's contagion that takes us. We notice now that there are many more stowaways, beady-eyed and barb-toothed ones, aboard. Gods, I hate rats. I feel ill. I weaken enough that I have not logged in more than a day. The ship ambles northward. The crew grows anxious, and I worry that they may... I should not put it down. They are a loyal crew, and will serve me well. The next entry. 10 men have departed. We are near Crooked Island. I have promised to send them a ship when the time is right, but they have chosen to abandon and take a rowboat to Cockburn Town. And I really hope the Cockburn Town exists in 1771. Nope. Okay, well, whatever. They depart for one of the nearby islands in one of our life vessels. I will stay with the ship, for it is my want, and it is my duty. Bartholomew will stay with me. He is a good first mate. Delilah will stay as well. For what else? I would not send her away with so many men at her sensitive age. The last entry, trailing off into nothing, says this is the end. Nearby, you are startled out of your reading as you hear scratching.
Lucy, stop that. Sorry, you're muted, Lucy.
Not me.
Nearby, the hatch at the foot of the captain's bed slowly moves in the candlelight.
Castor will slowly put down the book and pick up the pistol off of the wrecked table that he probably set it on.
Sounds good.
And he will turn it towards the hatch.
Meanwhile, downstairs, you continue further into the crew's quarters. It's held shut by a simple wooden door. Who was the first to open it?
My hands are full, so someone else will have to.
Alice will go.
A rat scurries under your feet as you step forward.
Ugh.
Feel free to kick it if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right, so
there
you
are
kick.
worse things in this world.
The rat squeals and bounces off of the wall and then runs even quicker into the shadows. Still alive and limping. Do you open the door, Alice?
Hmm.
Directly in front of you, you will notice that there is a simple crew's quarters. Bunks line the wall of this small maze-like compartment. 3 bunks to a height, like coffins, with little, tiny curtains before each of them. All in all, in this room, there are, let's see, for this boat, it would take it about, there are a dozen bunks. Half of them have their curtains drawn. In the center of the room
Seems clear enough.
In the center of the room is a table strewn with cards and dice that have been pitched back and forth by the waves. One of the chairs has tumbled over of the original 5. A shattered clay goblet lays on the ground, with a bit of blood stuck to the side of it. You'll be able to see in the lantern, as if someone stepped on some of the shards in the dark.
Well, she's going to start poking around,
Yeah,
lifting the
same.
curtains with a pistol.
Sounds good. I would like anybody who's poking around to make me an intelligence and investigation roll. To see if you can piece.
I mean, I'll try it.
Nobody took investigation because you're pirates. You were like, there's no mystery.
I took 1.
Did you? I'm so. Did you? Okay, good.
I'm the smartsy one.
This is true.
I put everything into mentals.
Nothing.
Nothing?
2. Ooh.
2. Perfect.
Alice is not the brains of the operation.
Berthe is on walking in, is gonna set the chair upright just for like an attempt at normalcy.
Okay, so what did we have in rolls? We had 2, 2, and 2. Oh, you had none?
0.
0. Looking around, you can't make hide nor hair of what happened here, but seeing what has... This place looks abandoned to you. You see no guns immediately available, but you do see that there is, strangely enough, a single bottle of French wine lying on the floor unbroken. Somehow it has managed to roll back and forth throughout the pitching. Now, the other 2 of you, as you look around, are going to see that, yes, this place looks ransacked, but there is basically a corridor into this room, and on the other side are 2 sets of bunks facing each other, almost like bookshelves for people. One of you goes to the left, one of you goes to the right, I'm guessing?
Totally.
Okay, so as you do, looking around, let's see. Okay. What are you 2 looking for specifically?
Weaponry.
Okay.
And potentially, like, what happened.
I'm looking
So
for...
any clues towards that?
Yeah.
Okay. Nearby, as you check the bunks, about half of them have their curtains drawn still. On your side, Berthe, you will see a corpse, a hand draped off the bottom bunk on the left.
Use my sword or Alice's sword to open the curtain.
As you do, you will see that the corpse lying there is a sailor, his eyes devoured by rats. As you shed a bit of... Oh, actually, wait. You only have 1 lantern. So you're probably together.
Can we set the lantern in the center of the room? Or
Yes,
is there
it'll
like
make-
a hanger?
There's a hanger in the center of the room. It'll make things a little more shady in these alcoves,
Sure.
but the light will be able to cast directly onto this man's face, where you will see that the eyes have been completely chewed out. And as you look at it, you will hear a sound. He's breathing.
Doctor, Hanna.
Huh?
As you turn around, Hanna, you approach and see a man with his eyes chewed out, lying in a bunk.
Oh, that's
His
horrifying.
mouth begins to open, and as it does, you see the furred head of a rat begin to climb out of his gullet.
That's why I kick them.
Sorry, I hoped maybe they were savable.
That, yeah.
Continue
Well, let's see if we
looking.
can find another lantern as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Actually,
They should have had spares.
They should have somewhere. But looking down there, both of you will see that on his belt he does have a pistol.
Ooh, fantastic. Hannah's gonna take that and also see if he has a pouch for extra ammo or anything like that.
Yes, he does. The pistol's just on the center of his chest. The pouch for ammo is on his left side. So you'll have to reach across to grab it. Can you do me a
That's fine.
favor? Can I get everyone to roll me an initiative roll, please?
Okay.
Oh,
Do I also get a danger sense roll?
Oh, yeah! Yeah, you do! Yeah, you do! Go ahead and make me that roll.
All right, wits, composure, and danger sense.
So what I would like is everyone to make me this roll, even if you're not downstairs, because it might be relevant to you in a little bit.
That's
so-
4 successes to,
Wits and what?
to danger perception.
To danger step. So initiative is 1d10 plus
Right.
your-
Sorry,
your-
I
believe
misspoke.
it's your dex and composure, I believe it is.
Yeah.
I feel like there's fur in my throat. Thank you, chat. I'm glad. Oh god, I gotta finish this in 52 minutes. All right, gotta kill you
yeah,
guys
let's
fast.
go. Kill us quick.
Okay, so and drop your initiative in the chat, please, if you have not already. I have.
Gross.
Holy.
God damn it, Krystyn.
Holy crap, Krystyn.
I rolled a 10, I re-rolled it and got a 7, and I had 6.
That's fair. Okay, so is that
I rolled
everybody?
a 1.
Okay, so
And I
then
had 4 successes on danger sense.
Okay.
Amazing.
Roll a 1, I still managed to be last.
Okay, so Hanna.
We can be slow together, James.
I'll say. Okay, so then
going
upstairs it is.
What's happening?
He's still drugged.
There you go.
Lucy. It's the only problem with one shots is remembering everyone's name when you're writing stuff down. You're like, who the hell is that again?
Yeah, which was this one? Yeah.
What? What's going on? Okay, so Alice. And then Bert at the bottom. Cool. Cool. Okay.
Bert
so,
and then Cedric. I'm ahead of Cedric.
Yep, but Castor's upstairs. I have 2 different
Oh,
initiative
true.
traits.
Yes, right.
So, all right. So, as you start to reach down, Hanna, you are going to immediately get a sick gut feeling as you reach for the pouch and are not going to be surprised as the body suddenly lurches to life, snarling with a row of shark-like fangs. You may act first. What do you do?
I would like to stab my knife through its throat and pin it to the bed.
Okay, all right. So, if you were trying to
In
pin
just
it,
shock.
okay. So if you're trying to pin it, I'm going to give you a -2.
Okay.
To actually make that happen. So that's a strength and weaponry roll.
And I get a plus for my small blade.
Yes, you can, and you can risk now, or you can just
Sure.
spend.
Sure.
You only get a
no,
risk
that'll give
once
me
a scene.
9 dice. I am gonna risk willpower.
Okay,
Do
are
it.
you doing +3 and 9 again?
I already have 9 again, so that can be 8 again.
According to the rules of bullshit, yes.
Yes,
Or you
please.
can do exceptional success on 3.
Oh yeah, or you get an exceptional success on 3.
I think I'm gonna manage to get 5 successes with 8 again. So.
Okay. All right, do it.
Well, I got 5 before I re-rolled anything, so.
So and I forgot to give you its defense, so I'm gonna say your danger sense roll allowed you to act and surprise it.
Okay. Okay, that ends it. That is
Maybe.
2, 4, 6, 8 successes.
Okay, you are going to partially fail because your intent was to pin it. You are not going to. This thing is made of desiccated flesh, and you're going to shriek and stab your blade out, and your blade's going to cut through its papery throat and decapitate it. Which is going to be... As suddenly, inside of this chamber, the top right bunk is going to erupt, and another one is going to leer out. This one looks to be a very fat woman with a scarred face. One of her eyes dangles over her cheek, and she's going to reach out and attempt to grab Berthe, I believe is the closest here. Berthe, what is your defense?
5.
Okay. I'm gonna spend that. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, that's good. Berthe, you are grappled.
Oh, okay.
This creature reaches over, wraps her arms around you, and pulls you against her fleshy, soggy mass, and opens her mouth. You will hear the sound of her jawbone cracking as it opens, as she reaches forward to bite your throat, but cannot do so quite yet. All right. On the other side of the room, you are going to hear Alice as something raises out of the middle bunk from the other set of bunks behind you. Someone is approaching. It's a man with a torn throat. The pale flesh dangles against his shirt sleeves. And he is going to rush you, Alice. What is your defense?
Sure.
Probably high.
It's reasonable. I have the one that lets me use weaponry instead of athletics.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good one.
So I think my defense is 6.
Okay. He dives forward at you, and you are going to be able to take a step out of the way, and this corpse man is going to collide with the table, tipping it over, and is going to snarl up at you from the ground like a feral animal. It is your turn now. What do you do?
That's great, but there's one of these creatures trying to eat Berthe.
Okay.
Alice is dumb. She's going to try to shoot the one that has Berthe grappled.
Sounds
Yes.
good. You're going to be at a -3 for the called shot, but if you hit,
That sounds good.
It'll hit this in the face.
She's going to spend the willpower on it.
Krystyn, don't forget that if you risked, you also gained an additional willpower back.
So I am at full willpower again.
You are full.
I spent like 3 today, and I'm back to full.
Reroll. Oops, that doesn't reroll. That gets rid of the dice. This dice roll is annoying. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, so what is your damage on that?
I think it's 2 lethal with a flintlock pistol.
2 lethal with flintlock pistol. That is going to be 5 levels of lethal damage. Beauty.
Sounds good.
And Berthe is deaf.
Berthe, everyone here's ears are going
Yeah,
to
it's
ring.
true.
Actually, for the rest of the scene, you'll take a -1 on all hearing-based tests. As BAM! A gunshot echoes across, and you are going to see 5 levels of damage. The creature that's about to bite into your throat's head is going to explode. And it is going to still be holding on to you, but not enough to grapple you anymore. That is when you are going to see that there's one dead there, there's one hanging on to you, there's one that's just charged the woman who blew this creature's head off, almost grazing you. There's blood and brain matter in your hair. What do you do?
I still have a sword in hand, right?
Yes, you do.
I think so. I was considering a ham flamp, but I don't
ham flamp?
think. I hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker?
Okay.
A ham flamp? But
There is a decapitated head directly in front of you could use to throw.
well, I was thinking of tossing this guy down, but I think stabbing will.
You can do that.
maybe-
What do you want to do?
You know what? My athletics is better than anything.
Okay.
Can I ham flamp with strength?
You can ham
and
flamp. All right,
athletics?
go ahead.
Wonderful.
It's going to be an improvised weapon, so it's going to be a strength and athletics roll at a -1
Okay.
for base, and then this thing has a defense of 3. So it'll be a total of -4 to hurl a body
Okay,
at.
I'm gonna risk willpower for
Please.
9 agains.
Okay, so you'll have, and you get +3 dice.
Yes, I added my 3
Okay,
dice.
good. I don't want people to forget you get 2 things with Hunter.
Oh my god.
Did you
I
fail?
rolled 5 dice and nothing.
Okay, congratulations to your first dramatic failure. Okay, so I am going to give Alice, you have the knocked down tilt. You have been knocked off your feet by a corpse.
Fair enough.
And this snarling beast.
The boat went, and I.
Yeah,
threw it at you.
yeah, blame the boat.
Yeah,
With
it's the
that,
boat's fault. Entirely the boat's
you are
fault.
going to hear the final sound of another one of these sailors dressed in finery step out from the bunk. It looks like probably like a first mate. Steps out holding a rusted blade in one hand and is actually going to lunge forward and try to stab Alice. Alice, you are prone, which means I get, let's see, knockdown, effect. You can still apply defense against incoming attacks.
I feel like it used to be a +2 in melee and a -2
Yeah.
for ranged attack.
I believe, I feel like that's Pathfinder, but that sounds fair.
I feel
to
like
me.
it was like Requiem. But I
And
could also be
your
totally wrong.
defense is 6, so that means that I am going to have not very many dice, but I'll still have a couple. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, damn, that almost spun into a 10. So this one is going to snarl forward and is going to stab the, it's not a cutlass, it's actually going to be a, it's going to be a rapier. I believe, like a ceremonial rapier. No, it's going to be a saber. It's going to stab the blade of the saber into your thigh for 3 points of lethal damage.
Oof.
Blood is going to start dripping out onto the floor. And, yeah, that is this. Meanwhile, upstairs, as you reach over the hatch, what do you do?
Is it me or Castor?
I don't know. Who's doing it? You have initiative, Lucy.
Okay. Well, I would have heard the gunshot.
The gunshot has not quite gone off yet.
Oh, okay.
I am aiming my pistol at that hatch, though.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll get out of Cedric's way.
Okay, getting out of Cedric's way. Would you like to hold an action?
Sure.
Okay, what is your held action?
Throw
I have
something
no
at it.
weapons. I have nothing.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so I'll just say that you were holding. What do you do, Castor?
Castor is probably going to step over to the hatch, kick it open, and aim his gun right at whatever is trying to pop its head up through that.
Isn't it above us?
No, it is beneath you. It is on the
Oh,
floor.
okay.
As you kick the hatch open, you will look down and see that there is the matted, dirty hair surrounding the cherubic face of an 11-year-old girl looking up at you with wide eyes.
Sorry. My audio clicked out there a little bit. Does she look normal? Let's just miss the description of her.
Can you do me a favor? What's your resolve?
1.
Okay, cool. Cool. Actually, what's your composure? I think this is composure.
Oh, sorry. My resolve is 2, composure 1. Pardon me.
Oh. Even better! Oh, yeah. Okay. So, you see the sweetest looking young girl. Tears welling up in the corner of her eyes.
Oh, Lord, girl, you almost are.
She reaches up at you with terror. Lucy, what's your...
Yeah, he'll totally lift her up.
Perfect. Lucy, he reaches down and in the light of the candlelight, you almost don't see it at first, but he pulls up a almost skeletal girl. Bits of flesh have been torn off of her face, exposing sinew and bone. She's groaning and shuddering as he picks her up. And so I'm going to say that... what's your defense? Probably 0.
Three?
Not
That's
you.
probably 0.
Cool. Castor, I appreciate you.
My defense is 5.
I'm going to say that this is going to be a surprise attack. So,
that's
Castor,
fair.
you're going to take 3 points of lethal damage as you pull her up. She is going to nuzzle into your throat and tear a portion of your shoulder off.
Ooh,
with
now
her
I do
teeth.
have unseen sense. Would that have given me any sense of it?
Uh,
Should have asked.
no, I'm going to say that was overwhelmed on the entire ship. I'm giving you unseen sense for something weird. Don't worry. So you are going to see that as she bites in. Lucy, what are you going to do?
I'm just going to be in horror.
Okay, so that's your action, is being horrored. Good. Delilah is going to...
Shocked.
Lucy, if you want to, I do have like pistols down my front brace.
But you have to reach next to a corpse girl to grab those.
Yes, that is. You have to get right in there. Just
How do I roll for
right in there.
courage?
You can make me... you can roll me resolve and composure at a -2, because you have never seen shit like this before.
Yeah. 2 success.
Okay, you can act according to normal. What would you like to do?
Like try and go for it, but not look at it.
Okay, then you can make me a strength and firearms roll to push the gun right up against her and shoot, if you want.
Okay, no
Side to
firearms, so
side.
at a -1.
Okay, you can spend willpower
Oh yes, okay.
for 3 more dice.
Well. Three successes.
3 successes. Okay. And she did sacrifice her defense to get a good bite on. That's gonna suck for her. What's the damage on that gun, James? Is that 2?
yeah, I imagine. Yeah. it's
Okay,
2.
sounds good. You are going to push the gun against her frame and pull the trigger, and her ribcage is going to explode out the far side of her body, and she is going to shriek that's going to echo deep into the wound there. She's not dead. Oh, no, that's not true. She is dead, but she's not dead. As she clings to you and her nails begin to bury into you, they've turned into these dirty claws, and she latches onto you like a gull holding on to the bow of a ship. So, Castor, you lifted her up. So, what is your action? So, I'll say you still have an action this round.
All right. Well, I still had my. I would have set down the pistol, so I would still probably just be like, ah, like scream right back in her face, grab onto her hair, and then shove the sword up through. Like.
Okay, that sounds good. Because you are
Right
you're kind of locked in a grapple right now. What I will say is that you're going to take a. I'll give her defense on this, actually. So make me a strength and melee roll at a -4.
Strength and melee.
Oh, pardon me, weaponry. I was just running
Yeah,
technocracy
strength and
yesterday.
weaponry at.
And spend willpower.
Yes, I will spend a willpower, and I've got a specialty in this.
Perfect. Shanking?
Well,
It was it shanking, really?
No, I've got it down as saber, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So let's see, strength and weaponry. So that'd be 7 dice, and there was minus how many for her defense?
-4.
Okay, so I got 3 then, and then I get my willpower on top of that.
He gets 6 dice is pretty good.
Yeah, 6 dice,
Especially
pretty
because
good.
I believe a saber does 2 or 3 points of lethal damage.
I'm not sure what I don't think we actually settled on saber. We
I
did
believe
cutlass, but-
3 because it probably wouldn't be great in close quarters.
All right. That's 3 successes.
Okay, so you are going to stab up into her, and actually, so let's see. You are going to. Where are you aiming?
I was going to aim right under the jaw, just go right up.
Okay, you are going to rip away the flesh-like paper, and her head is actually going to stick on the edge of your saber like a pike, tearing off. The body is still clinging to you like a newborn koala. Sorry, not koala. A koala. Kawawa is holding on to you like a monkey. Its head dangling above you like a ripe coconut. And Hanna, it is your turn down below. All right, so there are 2 of them swarming Alice right now.
Okay. Well, I am going to launch out from between the bunks then and stab them.
Okay. All right, lunging forward. That is, they have the. Are you aiming at the one with the sword or the one who's crouched on all 4s?
Let's go for the crouched one.
Okay, the crouched one has a defense of 3.
Okay. I am going to spend willpower then to overcome that.
That sounds
I
great.
don't believe I can risk, right? It's once per scene?
Once per scene.
Okay.
You will know when the next scene begins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut a scene from this game, unfortunately.
Roll real fast.
So I think that the Liar's Dice tutorial might not be used, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
No,
Are we gonna play Liar's Dice with zombies?
something like that. 6? Holy
Yep.
shit. And
Get
what is-
9 again.
That's okay. So stepping forward, you are going, or pardon me, lunging forward, you are just going to bring the sword down, and the head is going to fall off on to the ground, and the body is going to roll over and begin curling on itself like a squished spider.
Ew.
All right, so that means that Vampire 1, Vampire 2 thing, Vampire thing, anyway. Alice, it is your turn because the saber guy rolled low.
Well, convenient of him to come within easy shooting range. I would like to shoot him.
Okay, from shooting from a prone position, it says that you have a -2, but this guy's leaning right over you, so I'm going to negate that.
I assume he gets a defense, though.
He is going to have his defense of 4.
Okay.
Awfully kind of you, sir, to come so close.
Exactly.
If you want to do a called shot, that will do additional damage, but will also suffer additional penalty.
She's
Called-
gonna try to shoot him away,
That sounds
generally. She's not a planner.
So you drop your first gun, draw a second,
Okay.
or do you have a double barrel flintlock?
I think they're only single barrel. She's not that rich.
Okay, that's fair. You duct tape 2 of them together with future duct tape.
It was -2, right?
-4. Defense of 4.
Right. Oh, I got no successes
Did you
boy.
really? Dex and firearms, and you got none?
on 6 dice. Oh, I
Okay.
forgot my specialty. Hang on.
Oh, 1 dice.
No.
Oh, damn. And don't forget,
My
any of
highest
you-
is a 5. I have so many 3s.
Here's the. I'm gonna make a Faustian pact with you right now. Anyone here who wants to, when they fail a roll that is not like basically any roll with consequences,
Do it.
You can gain a willpower back for dramatically failing.
I would like this to be a dramatic failure.
All right, this is a
Make it
dramatic
less
failure. So 1 second while I find out how. Ooh, actually, what was the historic?
Get me
firearms?
back. Shout me for hitting you with another guy.
Smoke when fired.
Oh, I feel there's worse that could happen.
Cool.
than-
Your gun is going to fire, and as you fire, the pirate, well, the officer is going to kick your arm to try to attack your face. As that happens, your gun is going to hit the ground, and as you pull the trigger, you will see that the ground has bits of. It looks like whatever that goblet was hard alcohol flooding the ground. The spark from your flint is going to ignite the ground, and you have now set this cabin on fire.
Boy.
So I'm going to give you 1 point of lethal damage from fire. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say your shirt catches fire. You have not taken lethal quite yet. At the beginning of your turn, you will if no one puts you out. Bert, it's your turn. The ground is awash with flame. There are sheets and drapes everywhere, though.
Yes. Can I try to put it out with the dude leaning over Alice?
You can try. That is going to be a dex and survival roll to put them out.
Okay, with the minus.
That sounds like the right roll to me. How dexterous and survivable can you be?
Well, so now am I going to deal with his defense if I'm using him? I basically want to tackle him into the flame.
So you threw this guy onto the other guy. Oh, what you're trying to do is you're trying to use him to put out the flame.
Yeah, this guy's leaning over or has just kicked Alice's hand.
Yeah.
I want to tackle him down on top of the flame.
So, okay. So what we'll do here, so this is going to be a strength and athletics roll in that case to grapple him.
Okay.
But you won't be able to use him until the beginning of the next round.
Okay. That's fine. What's his defense?
His defense is going to be, his defense was 4, it's now 3 though, because of the missed attack.
Okay.
Because defense degrades, don't forget. When multiple people attack you, it goes down.
Oh, I haven't looked. I would like to risk willpower and
You
for
like,
9 again.
have you risked already the scene or just spent?
Oh, I risked the scene already.
Yeah. So you can only do it once a scene. Risk it, but you can
Okay.
spend.
I spent it.
Okay, so
1.
1, you are going to grapple him, and he's going to turn and look at you. His eyes are full of blood, and he snarls at you. Oh, and it's his turn.
Good.
You are grappling him, which means that he is grappling you. He is going to take this opportunity, and he is going to bite you.
Solid.
What's your defense?
5.
5, okay. But you're grappled. So let me double check that real quick, because I don't grapple as much as I should. Because I believe. Oh wait, I don't have to roll if I'm grappled. That's the thing. So he is going to lean forward, and you're going to watch 2 pairs of incisors. Oh, pardon me, 2 pairs of canines. 2 pairs of incisors makes you look like a rabbit. 2 pairs of canines are going to descend basically on either side of his front teeth, and he is going to bite into the side of your neck. And what is the rule for that? Hold on, there's a messy drinking rule, because he's going to get messy. That is feeding. Frenzy chicken? No. Sorry for spoiling the mysticism, but you guys got the vibe already. Feed boo. Aw, that's the messy one? Oh, speedy. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Part of a grapple. You are going to gain the scarred condition. So you are subject to a violent bite. You are disturbed, angry, paranoid, and prone to lashing out. You take a -2 penalty on all rolls to resist fear, as well as with certain mind-controlling disciplines or powers and the intimidation skill. Anyone exhibiting a predatory aura or attempting to frighten or intimidate you gets a +2 bonus.
Good thing I took Indomitable.
You can resolve this by lashing out physically or causing 3 or more damage levels to someone. So basically, you have to get this out of your system. So I'm going to use you're going to take 1 point of lethal damage as this man bites into your throat and begins sucking on the wound.
Oh, good.
You feel coldness spread across you. Hanna, it's your turn. What do? You can either try to staunch the flames or help your friend.
Get the fire out!
I'm gonna stab the thing biting my friend, I think, first.
Sounds good. It has no defense at the moment because of your friend's grapple.
Excellent. I don't need to spend willpower.
Nope, and I gotta check out the being on fire rules.
What happens when your virtue and or vice fucks you up? What does that do for you?
If your vice hurts somebody else, gain a willpower. If your virtue hurts you, gain a willpower.
My virtue's
that was
courageous.
a lot of 9s.
Courageous? Yeah,
And
gain
I'm
a
like-
willpower.
Okay.
That was stupid. It's once per scene.
Yeah. It's
Usually your virtue refills completely, but we're just gonna do 1 this time
That's
because
fine.
it's a 1-shot.
Yeah.
8.
8? Okay. So
9 again is fantastic.
yes, 9 again is the best. So rushing forward, you are going to get 10 points of lethal damage onto this monstrosity. As you slash its throat, his head will tumble down, dropping the crooked hat he was wearing, basically a tri-corner hat from the East India Company, onto the ground. However, your friend is still on fire. As the head plummets into the flames that are ripping across this cabin, you will actually hear this guttural scream come out of the head as it begins to burn like a bit of balsa wood. And
So it's Bert that's on fire?
it's Alice that is on
It's
fire.
Alice.
All right.
Cool. And we
Roll
will
on the corpses!
Okay, we will continue that in just a second. Upstairs. Actually, you guys killed that thing upstairs. Oh, no, you didn't. She's still alive. So, Lucy, it is your turn again. You have fired the 1 shot from this pistol upstairs. This thing is Oh, wait, no, you did kill it. You popped its head up.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to stay downstairs for a minute. Sorry, I thought you just shot it for some reason. Okay, Alice, you are on fire. I need you to make me a dex and survival roll to put yourself out.
Okay.
And I'm going to base how many successes you get on how much fire damage you take before that happens.
Sounds good. Let's throw some willpower into this. She
Yeah.
loves to be on fire, but not all the time.
Okay.
This so far,
Alice on fire.
3.
3. Okay. You are going to actually not take any damage from this. You're going to be able to roll it off just in time. However, it is going to... you are going to realize that the gun that you smashed to the ground is now broken.
That's fine. I've got more.
You do have more. And in the distance, all of you will hear a few gunshots echo further down the corridor. The captain. Those of you upstairs will now hear the sound of a barrage of gunfire beneath the deck. Is that your cue to rush downstairs?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. By the way, as you all rush out of this room, gathering your things, is there anything that you're doing before you head into the main cabin area?
Hannah's gonna look for more of a sword type thing.
There is the saber that the lieutenant just dropped.
I will happily snatch that up, and hopefully a lantern of some sort.
There is a lantern nearby, hanging on a hook,
Sweet.
unlit.
I would like to be able to see stuff.
Sounds good. And then we're gonna switch to Buccaneers.
One of these.
And these
goons
things
had
appear
a
to be
pistol.
flammable.
Yes, one of them did have a pistol.
So let's grab
I'm-
that.
So doing a quick search around, you can find that there is a pistol on the one that tried to leap onto you's belt. And it looks expended, but you can load it as you run. Can I get an initiative roll off of everyone? We have entered a new scene.
As we're rushing
Much
across
better.
the deck, I will probably shove my boarding axe into Lucy's hands,
Sounds good.
so she actually has a
Nice.
weapon.
Okay.
Okay. This move.
All right. And okay. I need to know whether or not Lucy or Alice has the higher initiative.
Alice's is 5.
5.
Lucy's was 6.
It's fancy.
Okay. So Castor, Berthe. Then it's going to be Lucy, Alice, and Hanna at the bottom of the initiative for a change, but that's okay. Rushing into this room, what you are going to see is the captain holding with a pair of pistols out. A couple of corpses have collapsed to the floor. As you rush down the stairwell, so you're rushing down the stairwell, he is immediately on your left. The rest of you are coming from the crew quarters. He's immediately in front of you. He turns over your head. Nothing else down the way. There's nothing here. There's nothing. You can see that he's bleeding a bit from a wound on his arm. Looks like one of them caught him by surprise. As he turns around and looks at you, he looks defeated and sad. He's not here. He's... And then all of you will start to notice scraping all around. As you step down onto the lower deck, with wide eyes, you will see glittering at the edge of the lantern light small beady eyes. Rats. Hundreds of them pour out of every nook and cranny, surging over the captain as he screams and fires into the planks below. The rats begin to cover him like a carpet of fur and blood. And as he screams in front of you, you watch the rats consume him to the bone like piranha. It happens faster than you can imagine, and as it does, he screams as he dies. The rats, the fur takes on a strange hue in the shadow. And then you realize you're not looking at fur anymore, but the flesh of a naked man's back as it forms into a dark-skinned Haitian man of 6'4", who drops the captain's corpse to the ground, turns and looks at you with a mouth ringed with fangs and blood, and speaks in a thick French dialect. Do any of you speak another language?
French.
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 Welsh?
Welsh will not cut. Yeah, this huge Haitian speaks Welsh. That's what's gonna happen. He turns to look at you and says in French, "Delicious." And I am going to use.
I mean, I can probably understand that.
Delicious.
Yeah,
Delicious is French for delicious.
That's a simple one.
That's true. And Will, at this point, I need all of you to do me a very important thing, and that is going to be... Ooh, where is it? That is right here. He is going to snarl at all of you, and I'm going to make this attack the group because I can. I need each of you to roll me composure. You may risk willpower on this roll or spend willpower on this roll. You are a new scene, so your risk resets.
Is
So
this...
those of us with Indomitable.
Yeah.
Indomitable. How does
I think we had
Indomitable?
+2.
Yes, I believe so.
1 success.
I will spend
I'm gonna
willpower.
spend willpower.
Okay. One success.
Sorry, it was composure
It's composure. Yeah.
plus. Now, do I get a -2 because of my?
Yes, you
thing?
do.
Okay, so that balances
3
out.
successes.
Three successes.
Successes.
Three successes. Okay.
Alright, this is basically how this is one good roll.
What the fuck?
Oh, not great.
What'd you get?
There's a 10 in there. Oh, this 10 just keeps going.
I just rolled 7 dice with
Yeah.
0 successes.
Would you like to get a willpower back?
5.
Sure.
successes.
Sounds good. What weapon do you have on you?
I was gonna say, because she would have dropped her saber when she was tackling the guy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say she grabbed a piece of broken chair and has like a chair leg.
Sounds good. So what I'm going to say is that you are going to blindly charge forward. You're going to switch gears. What did you get, Krystyn?
1.
Cool. I am inflicting the frightened condition on you. Something scared you to the point where you lose rational thought. Actually, that affects Christa too, but in a much bigger way. Maybe you just looked down at a 100-story drop or seen a tarantula the size of your fist crawling up your leg. Whatever the case, you need to leave right now. Your only priority is getting the fuck away, I'm quoting, from what is in front of you. To hell with your stuff, your friends, your allies. You can't approach the source of your fear or act against it. If the only way out involves going near the source of your fear, you'll collapse on the ground in terror. This resolves once you escape. Also, dramatic failure. Oh, cool. Nope, that's exceptional. Cool. Can you tell me something that you really fear, Christa? Not you, but Bert.
Like it's a thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, rats are probably me being from France in the 1700s.
So you are going to scream and rush forward, and as you do, he casually is going to catch you by the throat with one hand. And as he does, part of his hair is going to break away and become a writhing rat that begins to... By the way, does anybody... I forgot to ask this beforehand, but does anybody have any body horror issues before we begin?
Think I'm good.
Go for it.
Just
Just don't go to fingernails.
Oh, I'm not going to. I was doing claws.
Yes.
The claws were unbreakable.
Yeah.
As that happens, the bit of his hair is going to turn into a rat and begin to burrow into your shoulder, climbing into your throat. You are going to take 2 points of lethal damage from blood loss. You are going to all see what looks like strands of his hair are like sucking and pulsing out of her throat. All right, so we are in initiative phase. That was Craven's action. Castor, it's your turn. What do you do?
I am going to step forward and put my pistol up and put a round right through his face.
I have a defense of 7.
I have no idea that's a thing, so I will try anyway.
I know. I appreciate you. Risking willpower might be what you'd want to do on this one if you haven't already.
Yeah, I think I will risk willpower on this one because this is the time to do it.
Sounds good.
So let's see. I got 4 there. And it gives me 3 and...
3 and 9 again, or 3 and... or you can get an exceptional success on 3. Which do you prefer?
Oh.
I'd go with,
I think we'll
on
go
damage, I'd go with the 9 again.
Yeah, I'd go on 9 again. So -7. Ugh, I'm down to 2 dice.
Yeah, he's tough.
Oh, I got a hit.
Oh, did you?
I got 2 hits.
You got
Yeah.
Okay, 2 successes, and you are using your +3. So that is going to be 5 levels of lethal damage. And I have that many health levels. Okay. You are going to rush forward and are going to slam your blade into his side. It's going to slash directly through his arm, severing it from his body. His left arm is going to fall to the ground as your blade is like embedded like a good 4 inches into his rib cage. That was a fucking amazing hit. Good job on you. Berthe, it is your turn. You are being grappled and drank from. What would you like to do?
My frightened is so bad it's turned around and I'm just kind of mindlessly.
You're panicked right now. So actually, roll a d10. On a high, you attack. On a low, you try to flee.
Okay. 4.
4. Okay, so you are going to be panicked.
I will try to break the grapple.
Sounds good. You may. You can make me a contested strength roll.
Just straight strength? Do I get athletics?
We'll do strength and athletics. Feats of strength will apply.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use
Good for you. Good for you. Maybe. I don't know. These dice actually liked me in the end.
Out of 10 dice, we got 2 8s.
2 8s.
2
That
successes.
He holds you by the throat with an iron grip with 4 successes.
She's grabbing here, trying to pull at the rats and kicking with her feet, but
Okay,
to no
you're
avail.
just screaming and struggling. Lucy, what do? You have to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I got the frightened condition too, didn't
Yep.
I? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna run.
If you want to, you can spend a point of willpower to suppress that for a round. I'll allow. If you want to do
That's
something.
okay.
Cool.
I'll
Rushing up to the top of the ship, you scream and panic and run to the side of it, and that is when you see another ship on the horizon headed this way. Salvation! Someone's coming to help! Someone's coming to help! It's a ship with red sails flying a red flag! Can you make me an intelligence and occult roll?
No one's coming to help.
All around you is rolling
nada.
fog.
No
Nada?
success.
Sounds good. Would you like to turn this into a dramatic failure and gain a willpower?
Sure.
You are convinced this ship will be your salvation.
Okay.
So you are going to rush up to the bow and just try to signal them. The
Yeah.
fog is rolling in, and this immense ship rolls toward you. It's going to be the salvation.
Yeah.
Perfect. Alice, down below, you see this monster has just had his arm severed off. He's directly in front of you. What do you do?
I'm pretty sure this thing is flammable. We have a lantern.
Yes.
Put a lantern at it.
That sounds good. Okay. So. Okay. What this is going to be is you are going to make me a roll of Dex and Athletics. If you just run up and smash it, it'll be Strength and Athletics.
I think more accurately, because Alice is dumb, she's going to try to break the lantern. I don't think you can do this in World of Darkness, but basically she wants to break the lantern and grapple to hold it there while it burns. Don't think it's doable in one turn.
It is not doable in 2 things. So I think shattering the lantern is probably the gut instinct.
Let's shatter it first.
So
yeah.
this is going to be a Strength, and if you're just hitting him with it, that's going to be a Strength and Weaponry roll.
Ooh. Let's
and
risk willpower on this one.
You will. His defense is 6.
Okay.
I'm not giving you a penalty for an improvised weapon because you're basically hitting with a rock.
That's good. So
Okay.
strength,
Are you going to risk willpower?
weaponry. I am.
Okay, cool. So +3. And are you going for 9 again or an exceptional success? I feel an exceptional success might be better in this case. Because
Let's go for that. Yeah.
You're trying to impose
My
a
roll
condition.
isn't high, but we'll see what happens.
You just need 1 success. Well, you need 3 successes, but
Oh,
oh,
I have 3 successes.
you have an exceptional success. All right,
Okay.
rushing
4
forward,
dice.
you are going to just smash this lantern directly into his face. The oil well, which was surprisingly full, is going to explode all over him, igniting. And you know what? He seemed a little perturbed by that sword. He is much more perturbed right now as he roars in pain and is now on fire. That's not good. I have to make a roll for something unrelated to this. One moment.
Totally unrelated.
Okay, he can act for 1 round. Perfect. He is on fire. I'm going to say that Bert, you have been let go by the rat's nest,
Hooray.
as he is otherwise occupied. Also, that hair ignited. Hanna, it is your turn.
Okay. Seeing the fire and that he doesn't like it, I'm going to try and add to it by reaching into my bag and pulling out that really high proof alcohol I've been using to sanitize stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
I want you to make me a this would probably fall under dexterity and firearms to squirt it, dex and athletics to throw it, if you're trying to smash it against him.
I'm gonna throw it at him.
Okay.
Like, take the cork out and try and throw it
Sounds
so it'll
good.
slop over him.
So
Hopefully break, but who knows?
Give me dexterity and athletics at a minus 5.
Okay, so dex and athletics. -5, you say?
Yep.
I am gonna risk willpower.
You might as well. And for this, you want the exceptional success more than the 9 again, in my opinion.
I think so, yeah. Okay. Yes!
Did you get 3?
Yes! I got an 8 and a 10, and then I rolled another 8.
Oh, fantastic.
yes.
All right. You are going to feed fuel to the flame, and what was a large flame before erupts tremendously. I would like, out of the 3 of you who are at point blank of this, please make me a dexterity and athletics roll at a -2 to not get singed. Because this is going to be an explosion. Not you, Krystyn. You're farther back.
Okay,
It's
cool.
going to be Alice, Cedric, and Bert.
And as part of that, can I be like,
One.
run?
What'd you say?
Like, throw
One
it and
success.
run!
Okay, 1 success. 1 success.
Success.
And sorry, it was what was the roll again? Dex
It was
and,
dex and athletics.
Dex and
Minus-
athletics.
Yeah,
-2.
-2.
Minus
Yeah.
2. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Fail.
I got 1.
Damn.
Yay!
Okay, so all of you are you're going to be a little dazed for light because suddenly it's going to be very bright in this room. So you'll take penalties to ranged attacks for the rest of the round. But you are going to not get burned as you peel away. Hanna, you run up the stairs.
I'm gonna run away. Like, you know what? I'm gonna throw the baggie of, like, bullets as well at him, hoping that they'll go off with the heat at some point.
That's fair.
And
Okay.
just get out of the way, because, oh shit.
Okay, Castor, as you raise your hand to cover your eyes, you are going to see the blade cut through the arm and the blood begin to reconnect the arm as it falls and pull it back into place. He is going to attempt to grab you. Actually, he's not going to attempt to grab you. He's going to attempt to behead you, as you notice that his fingers have become incredibly long and sharp, like his progenitor, Lady Dimitrescu.
Oh, jeez.
What is your defense?
My defense is 5 right now.
5? Okay. Have you spent willpower last round?
I risked willpower last round.
Okay, cool. Okay, sounds good to me. Damn. Okay. He is going to scream, and as action, he's going to rake his claws across your face, ripping one of your eyes out of its socket. You're going to take 4 levels of lethal damage, but are not dead, which is a hell of a hit, because he was throwing around a lot for that one.
man. I think I need to have
That's
one
going
lethal
to
left.
hit you, and he's going to scream and try to put himself out. But as he does, you are going to see something on the ground roll next to your foot before it is your turn, Castor. It is the captain's silver eye.
All right.
It glows when it touches you.
Put it in.
I am going to grab it, and yeah, I'm not sure if it's like and run with it, or is it like impulse and shove it into eye?
I think it's an impulse. It's an impulse.
Yeah, okay, I'll just go ahead and do that.
Plunging it into your own eye socket, you turn, and with words that you do not... can you do me a favor and roll me 10 dice and tell me what you get? As you plunge it into your eye, you're going to hear the captain's voice speak out of your mouth. The ocean takes its toll. As that goes off...
Oh, Jesus.
I'm at 7.
7. Cool. The creature is going to stumble back, trying to put himself out, but the flame is so bright, and to be fair, he doesn't really read English. So seeing the barrels of gunpowder behind him while he's alight is a bit difficult. He totters away from them and then suddenly towards them as the ship pitches to one side from an errant random wave. This is time to go.
Yeah. Running up
All right.
the stairs.
All of you are running?
Can I...
Alice will be sure to be the last one out, but yes, eventually.
Okay. Bert, what would you like to say?
I was gonna say I was gonna stay, but if Alice is not going without other people going, I'll go.
We can
Okay.
die horribly together.
I was gonna make sure that he goes into the fucking...
He is you recognize that he is going straight into it. It is going to go off.
Okay, yeah. I'll run up the stairs.
Okay.
And close... Not that it'll help necessarily, but I'll try to close the hatch behind us out of instinct.
As you are rushing up, you will see that another ship has moored alongside, and you have no idea where Lucy is. But there's another ship there. You don't really have time to think about it. This ship is going to blow, and this is closer than your own schooner. Do you head aboard?
Sure.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Does danger sense trigger anything for me though?
Your danger sense has been going off like crazy.
Okay.
Can I get everybody to do me the roll that everyone's been hoping for, because game is only 2 minutes longer? Can I get a dexterity athletics, because it looks like you're gonna have to jump?
Yes.
Do I get a benefit from my sea proficiency
Yes.
to do the jump off of a rolling ship?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you know
will
what?
spend
Fuck it, I'm
willpower
spending
if you
willpower as well.
Yeah,
I wanna
everybody
do this
spend willpower
epically.
if you can.
So 2 successes.
2 successes.
You as well.
Okay. And this is going to be explosive damage, so... Okay. What did you get? I'm going to roll two more dice just because I want to be mean. Cool. All right. What did everybody get? So I got 2.
5.
5.
Does my feat of strength
Yes.
count?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
6.
6.
Nine.
And did you say 9?
None.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. What did you get, Krystyn?
8.
8.
I was
Okay.
rolling 10 dice, okay?
As you leap, your ship, the merchant ship explodes into a fireball, and you're going to leap the 5 feet onto the next ship, which begins to pull away. Immediately, you'll hit the ground. Bits of shrapnel are going to pepper you. Alice and Castor, each of you are going to take 2 points of lethal damage from shrapnel and fire as it peppers your back. Plenty of new scars. Yes,
I am out.
you are out. Okay, Castor,
Yep.
you hit the ground, and you only have 6 health boxes?
No, because I took
With
damage
my
from the woman
success,
as well,
can
from
I
the little girl
take-
as well.
Can
What's
I
that?
take that?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I
People
tried.
take what they take. Unfortunately. All right, so Castor is on the ground bleeding to death at this point. You can help with that. As Castor is bleeding to death, you're not dead yet. Well,
I'm just
You might
imagining
be.
there's this like epic tonk as I like hit part of like one of the pulleys or something like that.
it's true. As you hit the deck, literally, several people begin to stand around you and look at you. And that's when you realize that there's an entire crew on this ship among the mist. And as you look up, anyone with more than 2 points of occult will recognize the flag of the Red
about with-
Orchid.
2 power.
2 points, fine.
Okay.
The flag of the Red Orchid. A ghost ship. Strange wails and whimpers echo around you, the suffering of hundreds of ghosts claimed by it. Looking ahead of you, as you catch a breath, you will see Lucy held by an old, rotten-faced captain, who you will recognize from the legends as August Selsby, the devil of the seas, and his crew of gulls, shades and wraiths, barely hanging on to the flesh. He holds Lucy around the throat, pinching her cheeks tight as he takes a step forward, looking at you pale in the moonlight, and as he smiles down. Care to make a wager for your lives? He says with a smile full of serrated fangs. And that's where we're going to end this game today. So there was going to be a section where you could actually gamble for your lives playing Liar's Dice with him, but we ran out of time and we're actually 2 minutes over. So did you guys have some fun with that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was great.
Cool. Hey, if you like World of Darkness stuff, Dark Eras and Dark Eras 2 are fantastic books. Go support them. You can get them on Drive-Thru RPG right now, or Storyteller's Vault, I should say. And I think you can still buy premium copies of that on if you Google Dark Eras 2. So with that, I have to make room for the next game that's coming in here. Thank you so much for watching. Real quick, as quickly as you can, say who you are and where they can find you, starting with Christa.
I'm Christa. You can find me through a thing, Jahista FX on TikTok, sure.
On TikTok. JustFX on TikTok. Millie.
Hi, I'm Millie. I'm a gay criminal. You can hang out with me at twitch.tv/bunnyhearted.
James.
Hi, I'm James. You can find me as Otheon online or mostly over Dork Tales.
Sounds good. Krystyn.
Hi, I'm Krystyn, and you can find me on Dorktales or at twitch.tv/Lady Liliana.
Krystyn.
Hi, I'm Krystyn. You can find me at twitch.tv/clickstream, soon to change.
Soon to change. And I've been Kelly, the Storyteller, and you can find me and the rest of this wonderful cast pretty often, about 5 to 7 days a week, over on twitch.tv/dorktales. Come give us a follow. And hey, give Occultist Anonymous a follow for letting us be here and go overtime. We will see you later, and if you want to watch more of our content, be back at 5 p.m. over on twitch.tv/dorktales for Ghost Hunters. Don't look back. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you for attending OPP Con, and goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.